We can keep it going up, or don't miss out on us. Just wanna have a conversation, forget about the obligations. Maybe we can stay in touch, oh that ain't doing too much. You ain't gotta be my lover for me to call you baby. Never been under no pressure, ain't that serious, no. Can we keep each other company? Oh, maybe we can be each other's company. Oh, company. Yeah, yeah. Each other company. Oh, maybe we can be each other's company. Oh, company.
Anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. I just heard you found the one you've been looking for. I wish I would have known that wasn't me. 'Cause even after all this time I still wonder why I can't move on just the way you did so easily. Don't wanna know the kind of dress you're wearing tonight, if he's holding on to you so tight the way I did before. I overdosed, should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore.
you're gone. Every now and then I think you might want me to come show up at your door, but I'm just too afraid that I'll be wrong. Don't wanna know if you're looking into her eyes, if she's holding on to you so tight, the way I did before. I overdosed, should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame
that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Oh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. You're wearing tonight, if he's giving it to you just right, the way I did before.
I overdosed, should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain.
Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Oh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't talk anymore.
Way I did before.
We don't talk anymore. Can't get you out of my way.
Oh, it's such a shame
that we don't talk anymore.
Meet you where you been. I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my God, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play. New money, suit and tie. I can read you like a magazine. Ain't it funny? Rumors fly, and I know you heard about me, so hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. Grab your passport and my hand. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, 'cause you know I love the players and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Cherry lips, crystal skies. I could show you incredible things. Stolen kisses, pretty lies. You're the king, baby, I'm your queen. Find out what you want. Be that girl for a month. Wait, the worst is yet to come. Oh no, screaming, crying, perfect storms. I can make all the tables turn. Rose garden filled with thorns. Keep you second guessing like, oh my God, who is she? I get drunk on jealousy, but you'll come back each time you leave. 'Cause darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, 'cause you know I love the players and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you love if it's torture. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Boys only want love if it's torture. Don't say I didn't warn ya. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players, and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless, they'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, leave a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. But I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. We hug and yes, we make love and always just say goodnight. And we cuddle, sure I do love it, but I need your lips all night. Can you kiss me more? We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. It's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way it moves. Boy, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. All on my tongue, I want it. Boy, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. All on my tongue, I want it. I feel like fucking something, but we could be corny, fucking sugar. I ain't no dummy. I like to say what if, but if we could kiss and just cut the rubbish, then I might be onto something. I ain't giving you one in public, I'm giving you hundreds, fuck it. Something we just gotta get into. Sang first, middle, last on the wisdom tooth. Niggas wishing that the pussy was a kissing booth. Taste breakfast, lunch, and gin and juice, and at dinner just like visit too. And when we French refresh, give me two. When I bite that lip, come get me two. He want lipstick, lip gloss, hickeys too. Kiss me more. We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. It's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way it moves. Boy, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. All on my tongue, I want it. Boy, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. All on my tongue, I want it. Give me a buck, need the Gucci stuff. Push your limit, now you ain't good enough. All your niggas say that you lost without me. All my bitches feel like I dodged the county. Fucking with you feel like jail, nigga. I can't even exhale, nigga. Pussy like holy grail, you know that. You gon' make me need bail, you know that. Caught dipping with your friend, you ain't even have man lying on you, you know that. Got me a bag for the brick, you know that. Control on shoulder, base and fight, throw back. All this ass for real. Drama make you feel, fantasy will, but it's all I can give you. Kiss me more. We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. It's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way it
Hacking
moves.
or compose or restarting.
Darling, boy, you write your name, I can do the
Alright,
same.
so Assalamualaikum and a very good morning albeit to everyone joining us today for our English session of our Guru Muda online program. My name is Isaac and I will be your host today. Plus, I am joined by my friends Umar, Adam Arif, Emir, and Arif, who will be your young teachers today. So the objective of our session today is to go through paper 1 and paper 2 of our English exam while learning some new tips and tricks so that while learning new tips and tricks from our esteemed young teachers. So before moving on, let us recite our prayers. So please tantangan. A'udzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin arrahmanirrahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا من خزائن رحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل من لساني يفقهوا قولي آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. Now, we will start with paper 2 with my friend Uma, who will be explaining about part 1 and part 2, followed by Adam Arif, who will be talking about part 3. And after they're done, after around 40 minutes, we will continue with paper 1 with my friend Eme explaining part 1 to part 3, and ending off with my friend Arif with part 4 and part 5. So now I'll pass the floor to Uma to officially start our program today.
All right, thank you, Isaac. Can everyone hear me? All right, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Omar Danish, and I'll be guiding you through your paper 2, part 1 and part 1 and part 2 writing. All right. So beforehand, I've prepared a presentation that I think would be very useful for you guys in today's meeting. All right, it should be like this. All right, everything should be in order. All right, everyone can see that clearly. All right, excellent. Oh, I should hide this. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, so this is my presentation, The Art of Writing. Okay, here's I'm gonna structure my session. I'm gonna spend around 20 minutes explaining how you can actually handle and get like 20 marks in part 1 and part 2. And I'm gonna open a 3-minute session of Q&A where you guys can answer like question me all sorts of questions you want me to answer regarding writing. I'm free to answer anything you have, right? All right, so these are the main things you should know in part 1. Part 1, you'll be asked to write an email to your friend. Usually it's in the form of informal, that is to say that like your neighbor or like your best friend usually asking you like, do you have any suggestions? What are your opinions on certain things? These are the type of emails that's really easy to think of answers. And for part 2, you'll be given guided writing. That is to say that you'll be asked to write an essay by your teacher on like how to write a specific, write an essay on specific topics. For example, like where should we go on school holiday? How was your recent science fair, for example? These are like the example of topics usually asked in exams. They don't go very far in scopes. They usually ask you on like school programs, or like your favorite activities, what people usually do. So do keep in mind that in English essays in general, they don't really care about your format. That is to say, if you forget the format of email or part 2, you don't have to worry. You only have to worry if you're doing article or like that's in part 3. But the only important things in part 1 and part 2 is that you remember your points, you know how to answer them. If you don't remember how many paragraphs I should go, just go with 5, 4, 3. As long as you do have the answers and the content in organized order, it shouldn't matter in which form they come in. Right? Moving on to the next part. Okay, these are the 4 key points in actually achieving 20 score. For each category, they'll be given 5 in maximum. Content, communicative achievement, organization, communicative achievement, organization, and language. All right, for content, realize in part 1 and part 2, there's like at least 3 questions they want you to answer, and oftentimes these questions are really simple and you already know the answers in your head. So I'll explain about what those questions are further down in my examples. But next we have communicative achievement. The communicative achievement is how you attain 5 marks, is basically how you actually fluently give your message to the reader. That is to say, you have to keep your ideas really simple for your readers to actually understand what you're trying to say. Because even if your content like gets 5 marks, if you fail to actually explain these ideas to the reader, then you may not have achieved a high level of communicative achievement. All right, moving on to the next part is organization. All right, organization is really important because oftentimes not really good writers forget about cohesive devices. Cohesive devices such as Next, after all, however, you need to at least have 3 or 5 cohesive devices to actually score a 5 marks in organization. And what people tend to get, they get tunnel vision. That is to say that they often forget the flow of their essay as they were like writing very passionately, and it ruins their essay from being coherent. It's not organized. You go from point A and then you go to point C, you forget point B. So it's really important after you're done to actually like read your essay again to make sure that you as a reader can understand how organized your essay is. Because if you have the ability to write your essay in 30 minutes, surely you have another 30 minutes to actually read your essay before submitting it to the examiner. All right, language. Usually when English often allows like 1 or 2 grammar mistakes, as long as it doesn't ruin your fluency of the essay. That is to say that, let's say if you do 2 grammar mistakes, if the examiner is in a like if it's very passionate, how do I say this? If the examiner is nice, if you get like 2 grammar mistakes, you're gonna drop your language to 4. But oftentimes they're not. If you're like you do 1 grammar mistakes, you're not gonna get deducted in your language marks. Usually the lowest I've seen for language is 3. That is, say if you do 4 or like 3 grammar mistakes, then you're gonna go get deducted to a certain extent of getting language of 3. So it's really important to do keep in mind these 4 important criteria to score 20 in every part of your essays, because oftentimes they're not. I know there are passionate people writing about their English essays, but they forget that the main point of them writing that essay itself is to actually like getting these 20 marks. Right. So moving on to the next part of my presentation. These are the excellent vocab you should use, because realize that in English there's like a value to certain words you use in an essay. For example, the use of important might seem as basic, but people often use the word as imperative, crucial. Those are the words that carry the same meaning but carry a higher vocabulary values. Using these words in of itself gives you the impression of you are actually a very like a person of literacy. You actually understand like English essays better, and you have a wider range of vocabulary. And oftentimes, they're not using this vocabulary can give you like give you higher marks, because teachers oftentimes are not look at these vocabularies and credit you more on your communicative achievement for actually having a wider sense of vocabulary. For example, you can see look at the common words and the sample sentences here. People use the word attractive. You can replace that with stunning. You get extra marks for using the word stunning. Therefore, you'll be credited more. There are multiple words you can look up, or like if you read more on novels, you eventually come by these like very fancy words, and I really encourage you to use them. However, I don't encourage you to use too much like big words in a sentence, because oftentimes they're not. It kind of ruins the flow, because sometimes you want to keep things simple but also add those like big words at the same time. All right. So these are the example of cohesive devices. I'm pretty sure you have met multiple cohesive devices throughout like your years of writing essays. Also, furthermore, moreover, still, and again, I advise you guys to do at least 3 cohesive devices, or like if you're really passionate about like getting those marks, I advise you go with 5 cohesive devices. I'm advising you guys to go minimum with 3. So there's like for if you want to add more points, you can go with also, furthermore, moreover. If you guys want to go like a positive statement and then move towards the negative statement, you guys are advised to use however, nevertheless, on the other hand, and in contrast. If you want to like make your argument or like your sentence stronger, I advise you guys go with like reinforcing words such as besides, anyway, after all. And if you guys want to explain to the reader, go for example, in other words, to clarify, for instance, that is to say. And if you want to list like a number of points, you guys go for firstly, first of all, lastly, secondly, and thirdly. And you want to show the results, therefore, consequently, hence, as a result, for this reason. And for an to indicate the time, you go in the beginning, just then, meanwhile, later, at first. So these are the cohesive devices. There are multiple more that you guys can just look up or like read from essays. You can gain this from experience. All right. Let's go for an exercise, for a simple exercise for this morning. All right, let's read. This is an email. You have to analyze the question first. So you received an email from your class monitor asking your opinion on the class photo. Hi, we have to send our class photo for our school magazine. Therefore, we must arrange for a photo shoot session. When should we do it? And do you have any ideas on where to take the photos? Why do you think place is suitable? What theme should we go for this year? Do let me know. Looking forward for your reply. Like, all right, so write an email to your friend. Okay. So first of all, we have to read the question. It's about Lila asking us where, when, and like what should we wear. Okay. First, we gotta analyze the content. What are the questions that we need to answer to actually get 5 content points? All right. So the first question is when should we do it? So by answering the question in your essay, when is the photo session held, you actually get 1 content point. And if you answer where to take the photos, you also get 1 content point. So now you have 2 content marks in your hand. Why do you think this place is suitable? And what theme should we go with this year? All right. Usually they come in the form of 3 questions, but there are some cases where they give 4 or 5. In these cases, I'm pretty sure it's 4. So if you answer why do we think this place is suitable and like what team should we go with, you'll get 5 content points. So you secure 5 content points. And don't worry about like the ideas for actually answering the essays, because oftentimes and not, these ideas are already in your head, and like things are very common. For example, like class photo, where do you actually take class photos? For me, usually it's like in front of the class, or like in front of like school fountain. It's the usual things that students ask you. It's not going to ask you to write an essay about something really like far-fetched or like something really far in the topic. It's usually something simple and something that you can come up with 5 minutes. You can also create your own ideas, because the examiner wouldn't know if you've actually gone through that experience or not. All right, so this is an example of my essay. Hi, Lila. How are you? I'm glad you reached out to me about this matter. I think we should take the picture in front of the school fountain during the evening. After all, it's less crowded and the background is mesmerizing. Also, I believe this place is suitable because it is quite an iconic spot for students to take pictures. Other than that, a perfect theme to set for the session will be formal, as it's important to look smart and professional for the school magazine. I hope you agree with my suggestions. That's all for now. Feel free to drop a line to me, Umar. All right. So realize, okay, here's what I usually do for email to save time. How are you? I'm glad you reached out to me about this matter. It means I use the same opening and the same closing for every email. How are you? I'm glad you reached out to me about this matter. Because I don't have to think about how I want to start my email. I just have a preset or like a template I usually go by. Because I feel like we are wasting so much time thinking on how to actually like start an email that we actually don't put too much time to actually thinking the points we want to do for our emails. So usually I go for like that type of opening, and then I go for a closing of that's all for now. Feel free to drop a line to me. All right. So deeper down to the email, let's see if I actually answer the content points that this question has been asking for me. All right. I think we should take the picture in front of the school fountain. So that answers the questions of like where, and during the evening answers the question of when. For the reason of like why do you think this place is suitable, I say it's less crowded and the background is mesmerizing, meaning that the background is actually pretty nice. Uh, right. So, and I've also like she asked me like what's the theme that's perfect for like the photo shoot session, and I answered that the perfect place would be actually in the perfect theme would go by is usually like the professional formal suit, because you're taking a school photo, and I expect that you want to look really good in the magazine and have everyone wear the same white shirt and standardized. It's really important. All right. So because of my email is actually really fluent, and I think that I answered all the content points, and I've also used around 4 cohesive devices in this email. That actually give me allows me to actually reach 18 or above marks in writing emails, right? Right. So this, oh, sorry. This is another exercise that I've really done, but I assume in this exercise is I'm gonna be explaining more on how to answer it, and like just dissecting down on how I answer it, because how you answer this part is actually really important than like me explaining one by one paragraph, because it's all the same format, and I'll teach you that later on how each paragraph should look like. All right. Your class has been discussing on how young people are missing out on having a good night's sleep. Your teacher has asked you to write an essay about it. Right. In your essay, you should write about 1, why young people are not having enough sleep. Number 2, the effects of not having enough sleep on young people. Number three, the solutions to overcome this issue. Use all the notes above and give reasons for your point of view. All right, write your essay in 125, 150 words in an appropriate style. Okay, it says here 125 to 150, but in reality, it doesn't really matter. But try to make it like at least 100 or like 110. If you're really running out of content or like running out of ideas, to make it doesn't look like, because in the end, the teachers wouldn't really be minding like the words. If you go over to like 200, they don't mind, as long as you have your content and you fit in all the criteria of getting your answers of all those four criteria I taught earlier. It doesn't matter about like how long or how many paragraphs you want to do. As long as you answer four of those criteria, you're good to go to actually get 20 marks in your essay. All right, so what are the questions in actually achieving 5 content points in this? All right, number one, why young people are not having enough sleep. So can anyone like give me an idea on like why young people are not having enough sleep?
They often spend their leisure time playing games all night.
That is true. Thank you very much, Mikael. That is true, because the stigma or like the society of like Malaysians nowadays, they often play games at night because like they're busy studying at day. They don't actually have time to fill in their quota of assignments, so they play games at night. All right. So that's one content point at our hands. Okay. Number two, the effects of not having enough sleep on young people. Can anyone tell me what are the effects?
Reduces.
Oh, sorry guys. Oh, hold on.
This.
Oh, we should wait here. Okay. All right, bruh. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So I'm sorry for that interruption. Okay, so why young people are not having enough sleep? Can anyone tell me? The effects of not having enough sleep.
Reduces studying effectiveness.
Yeah, your study effective. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on one moment. Okay, so the effect of not having enough sleep, I'll actually just handle this one on my phone. Okay, so the effects of not having enough sleep, I'll tell you honestly what my opinion.
Uma, you're muted.
All right, realize the contradictory in this sense is that oftentimes they're not, you want to study till late night, and oftentimes you study till late night, you actually end up sacrificing your playtime. So you study till late, you play games to actually like fill in your happiness quota. So what happens then is that the next morning you don't actually like, you feel sleepy in class and you don't study. So realize that it creates a contradictory or like the contra in there, because when you sleep late, you actually end up like not how do I say this? You don't study properly, and that defeats the entire point of you staying up all night. So that's my content point as to like why I think like sleeping late night actually contradicts. All right, let me present it again. All right, running low on time here. All right, can you see clearly? All right, it should be visible. Okay, so this is my answer to this sort of question. All right, I say sleeping is an action that is imperative to keep your body functional at peak performance. However, young people nowadays tend to neglect it due to multiple reasons. To dive deeper at the issue at hand, we must understand the problems, the symptoms, and the solutions to this issue. All right, if you can hear me clearly, the way I do my introduction here is that I often like talk about the main topic and then use like try to define it. For example, sleeping is an action. Then I follow up by like a high level of vocabulary use of words like imperative to keep the body functional at peak performance. So this sentence in of itself is actually credible and is able to get me to a higher way to impress the teacher itself. So then I go with a contra cohesive device. However, young people nowadays tend to neglect it due to multiple reasons. All right, I understand that most people, for example, like high-level writers, they oftentimes do not have problems in actually like try to fit in those cohesive devices in their. They have high problems in actually inserting those high-level cohesive devices in their essays because they feel like it will ruin their fluency of the speech. The fluency of their writing. So what I recommend is try to fit in those cohesive devices as early as possible. So you actually fit in those quotas of cohesive devices, minimally going 3. So what I usually do in my introductions, I try to fit in as much cohesive devices as I can, but I just go by however and such. So I only have to go with 2 more cohesive devices and continue on with my speech, my writing. Then I fit in those quotas of getting a higher level of organization criteria. All right, so how do you actually form the paragraph points? Usually the easiest way is to go by main content and supporting details. What do I mean by main content and supporting details? Because, okay, for example, if I want to answer the idea of why young people are not having enough sleep, I say that the reason young people are not having enough sleep is because they tend to stay up all night playing games. This is because they this is because they are busy studying during the day. Therefore, they need to fill in their pastime with playing games at night. So realize that how I structure my paragraph points is I go with main content and I go with supporting details. And if you want, I recommend going with like 3 supporting details. What do these supporting details look like? Okay, oftentimes they're not. These supporting details come in the form of like why, how, where, or like the reason these things happen in the first place. So closing, just go with a really simple closing for your part 2 essay. Just go with like society. Everyone should take an important note on like everyone's healthcare or like everyone's sleep schedule to avoid like further like symptoms or like punishment in their daily lives. All right, so I'm pretty sure that's the basic of like part 1 and part 2 writing, and I'm pretty sure if you follow those guidelines, you're able to like score a higher level in writing. So any questions before I end my session and proceed to Damaris? I'm sorry, hold on. Is there any questions?
No.
No.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Wait, Omar.
Yeah. Hello.
Is it important for us to write a conclusion paragraph?
The conclusion paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're really like short on time, I guess you go with like a simple closing on your final point of paragraph. Like you say you answer the final question and then you end with like this is the reason why people should pay attention to their sleep schedule. But if you have more time and to secure like your 5 points on communicative achievement, I suggest you guys go with a closing paragraph. It's not even like you just have to make it makes your writing more fluent that way. Did I answer the question?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you for paying attention to my session. I hope your writing goes really well like this. Okay, I'll be passing the mic to Adam Arif now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ma.
Okay, so Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum. Today I am going to continue our session with question part 3 essays. Okay, so if you can see here, these are the score for part 3. First, we look at content. You need to have all contents in the question asked. Then for communicative achievement, you must answer all the question clearly and effectively, and the assessor must be able to understand your sentence. For organization, sorry. For organization, you need to have 4 different classes of cohesive devices so that you can be able to score all 5 for organization. And lastly, for language, you must be able to minimize your errors. For example, you must avoid spelling errors and also repeated errors. You also have to avoid repeating the same vocabulary over and over again. Okay, so let's look at the question. So I'm sure all of you know that in part 3, we have 4 types of essays. First of them are reviews, articles, story, and also report. I would definitely advise you to not answer story because the marking depends solely on the assessor. Let's look at the first question. So let's look at the review. The question wants us to talk about the most popular theme park in your area. State the name and location of the theme park. Tell us what makes the theme park so special. Would you recommend it to your friends and why? Share with us your review on it. The most interesting review will be featured in the box office magazine. Okay, so what the question one is, the first of all is we need to name the theme park and also state the location of the theme park. Then we must tell what makes the theme park so special and also if we would recommend it to our friends and the reason for it. So in reviews, we need to have 5 paragraphs. For the first, we should make an introduction and also add the name and the location of the theme park in the first paragraph. Then for the second paragraph, we should insert our content point, which is what makes the theme park so special. I would advise you to add 2 content. First one is for the second paragraph and the second content is for the third paragraph. Lastly, for the fourth paragraph, you should state if you would recommend it to your friends and the reasons on it. And lastly, we would definitely close it with a conclusion. So let's see the sample essay. So these are the sample essay for a review. So we would improvise it based on our question. If you are looking for a place to go, I would definitely recommend you. So let's say I would choose Legoland as my theme park and state the location of the theme park is in Johor. Then for content one, what makes the theme park so special? I would say that it has a very clear and unique concept. For example, it incorporates the element of Legos in all of its rides. Then I would also say it has a lot of thrilling rides with an affordable price. Most of the theme park nowadays are very expensive. So this theme park is available for people in all range of ages to go. To answer the question, if you would recommend it to your friends, I would say I would definitely recommend it to my friends because it has a unique aesthetics and I will definitely enjoy my time there. So these are the sample essay. For introduction, you can just add general information and also the name and location. Then for the first paragraph, add your content point, which is what makes the place so special. And the third paragraph also, what makes the place so special, another content point. And then the third, you should state the reason you would recommend it. And also for your conclusion, just restate the main points and persuade people to go there. Is it clear? Do you have any question?
Clear.
Okay, so we'll proceed with the next question. Articles. Okay, so for articles, we are planning to upgrade the school library. We would like to know what type of books you would like in the library, what type of facilities should be added, what can you do to make the library better. Send us your article about your upgraded school library. The best article will be published in our magazine in the future. Okay, so we need to answer what type of books you would like in the library. What type of facilities should be added? What can you do to make the library better? Okay, first of all, we need to understand the context of this question. It wants a school library. So when talking about school library, we should adapt it to our question. So what type of books you would like in the library? We could say that we would like encyclopedia, reference book, and so on. What types of facilities should be added? I would say that I would like, for example, we could add aircons, coffee machine, and others that could make the student more refreshed and more energetic to study there. And what can you do to make the library better? I would say that we should rearrange the library so that it allows students to study with friends or in a group settings. So let's see the example of article. Okay, so in articles, you have to have a title and by whom. So, for example, our title is Upgrading the School Library by, for example, my name is Adam Arif. Then we should have a bit background of the topic, why library is important to students. And then before we start with the second paragraph, we should have a thesis statement to summarize the main points in the essay. You can make a theoretical question or just state what are you going to say in your articles. Okay, so for the second paragraph, we would elaborate on what types of books would you like in the library. For example, like I said before, I would choose encyclopedia and reference book. This is because it will allow students to gain more knowledge and also enhance their understanding in their subjects. Then, in the paragraph, we should have a topic sentence to sum up the main points of the paragraph, elaborate a few, give an example, and also add a clincher. What it means is we make a statement to elaborate a bit about our next paragraph, like a thesis statement. Okay, so what types of facilities should be added in our library? Like I said before, we should add an aircon and a coffee machine. This will make students attracted to go to library and also be more energetic and refreshed for their studies. And lastly, for the fourth paragraph, what can you do to make the library better? If we arrange the library in a group settings, it will allow students to study with their friends, and also more students will be attracted to go there to study. So lastly, for the conclusion, you should restate all your main points in the essay and also the reason why it is important. So that concludes our essay for articles. Remember to avoid grammatical errors, repeated grammatical errors, spelling errors, repeated vocabulary, and also add 4 different classes of cohesive device. And lastly, for the story, I would advise you not to answer it during your SPM examination, since the marking is solely based on your examinee. It solely depends on your assessor, since you have to have an interesting and unique story. let's see the criteria. There are two types of story, which is narrative story and descriptive story. In narrative, you should have a very unique and interesting storyline, while in descriptive, you should add a lot of adjective. In story, you must write it in past tense since we are talking about something that has happened. So you should have an introduction, body paragraph. Your story should include conflict faced by the character, climax, and also resolution. Most students do not get full mark because they lack one of these three criteria. So I would advise you to choose articles, report, or review during the SPM examination. And lastly, you should end it with conclusion on how the story ended, what are the lesson learned. Let's see our question. Your teacher has asked you to write a story for the school magazine. The story must start with these words. Daniel felt very joyous when he saw his result. He knew your story should include the challenges he faced, his hopes. Okay, since this question does not state whether we should write a narrative or descriptive, we can choose either one. I would say it is more suitable for us to use a narrative story because we want to explain what happened to him instead of describing it. So let's see example of narrative story. So in narrative story, for example, we use when, where, who, what, why, and how, the 5 W and 1 H. Then we describe the problem, describe the action, and describe what are we feeling at that moment, or the main character. Then for the conclusion, I would tell what are the lesson learned, what the conclusion of to, and also the ending. Also add hope of the main character and how does he feel about what happened to him. I guess that concludes our session for paper 2 part 3. Do you have any question?
I'm pretty sure Danish had a question just now, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry. Yes.
Adam, do you have any general tips about the topic? Like how, like generally, what is the like important points or tips for part 3?
Okay. For part 1 and part 2, you definitely have to get a full mark of 20. But for part 3, I would advise you to at least get 18 marks. So in order to do that, you have to score 5 for your content and also 5 for your organization. You could get 4 for community achievement and also 4 for language, since it is a bit hard to score full mark for this part. In order to get 5 for content, reread the question carefully and ensure that all the content is relevant to the task. To get organization, you should read up on different classes of cohesive device, elaboration coercive device, contrasting coercive device, example coercive device, and so on. Make sure that you use suitable coercive device for each sentences. Do not put too much but a bit out of place. It will definitely, you will definitely not get a 5 on that. And lastly, use a range of vocabulary, use less common lexis appropriately. And I guess that's all for part 3.
Adam, would you advise people to plan out their essay beforehand? Maybe like do a skeleton of the essay?
Yes, it will definitely help you on that, but be sure to have enough time. Okay, I will pass it to the next Guru Muda to continue with our session.
Alright. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my name is Amir Rashid and I'll be your Guru Muda for paper 1 today. Alright, so, right. So, for paper 1 here, one thing that I want to be able to do here is to be able to teach all of you how to do 3 things in your paper 1 exam later on. First of all, is being quick. Second is being efficient. And third is being decisive. What do I mean by this? I mean that you want to be really quick in your paper 1 because you want to have as much time as possible in order to answer all the questions given to you and have like a lot of time to check if your answers are correct or not. Second is being efficient. I'll teach you how to like not waste time later on in your paper. And third is being decisive. What do I mean by being decisive? Well, it just pretty much means that you are without a doubt correct. Let's say, for example, you have number 2 here, right? Let's say that you read the question and then you decide, okay, I like B. B seems like the correct answer. However, in order to also be decisive, you need to also be able to say, okay, A is wrong because scammers, they don't look for their victims online. They actually look for them offline, for example. Or that C, the public must be cautious of their loved ones is actually incorrect because, you must not be cautious of your loved ones. Rather, you should be cautious of strangers, for example. So you're able to justify why every other answer is incorrect. With this, you're able to actually get a lot of answers correct because you're able to flag out certain answers that are like wrong per se. All right. So moving on. So I'll be covering part 1 until part 3 here. And here's what we're going to be doing here. So for part 1 here, we'll only be doing a few questions from each part because I want to be quick in line with my own philosophy, and so that we'll be able to actually cover each part in a bit more detail here. So for part 1, how do we do part 1 here? So the way that we do part 1 here is very simple. First of all, you're going to be given a question and a stimulus and along with answers. Yes, obvious, I know. However, what I want to teach you here is how to use this as efficiently as possible. When you get your question, oftentimes your question that you're being given in part 1 is extremely simple. Which statements are true? What most people will do is, first of all, they will read the entirety of your stimulus and then they will read the answers. I wouldn't really recommend this per se because it's actually much more efficient for you to read all the answers you are given first rather than entirety of the stimulus. The reason for this is that when you read the answers you are given, you're able to like narrow down exactly what you have to be looking for inside of your stimulus. So let's look at this first. The mini house is suitable for babies, for toddlers, and teenagers. If you notice, the starting of each sentence is the same. So the only thing that is different is the age group that is provided in the answers: toddlers, babies, and teenagers. Now let's go and read the stimulus here. A mini house in your own backyard. How nice. If you have an extra space in your house, get the new do-it-yourself house. It is a perfect place to hang out with friends. It's 20 meters by 20 meters by 10 meters. You can have all the privacy and fun at the same time. It can fit a bed, mini kitchen, and living room. You can order this from Lovim at RM 786. Get yours today. Okay, this is a bit confusing, right? However, with a bit of logic, even though the stimulus doesn't exactly say what the answer is, we're able to deduce it. Now, first of all, I want to teach you a bit about about the types of stimulus you'll be given. Is that for certain stimuluses and certain questions, you'll be given an extremely direct answer. For example, if this was an easy question, it will immediately say, oh, this type of gift is perfect for your teenage son, for example. Then of course the answer will clearly be teenagers. However, here, it doesn't mention any age group at all here. So we're going to have to be doing a bit of deductive reasoning to be able to find out what the answer is here. Now let's try to rule out a few answers. First of all, A. The mini house is suitable for babies. Let's reread this again. Well, it says here that it's a perfect place to hang out with your friends. So we have to assume that the person here is actually capable of, being sentient, being able to talk to people, being able, like, babies generally do not have friends. And that usually holds true for like all babies. So we're able to pretty confidently say that no, this is probably not marketed or suitable for babies in the first place. So you can say that A is not an option because babies are like too young to be able to enjoy this sort of thing, as in being able to hang out with friends. Also, another thing is that babies don't really care about privacy. They usually just cry as much as they want without caring about what people think about them, compared to, like, let's say, like teenagers who are more self-conscious about that thing. Okay, so we could clearly say that A is not the answer here. How about B then? The mini house is suitable for toddlers. Again, we run into the same problem with babies, is that sure, well, we may say that toddlers have like friends, for example, tapi you can't really say that they will care much about having, like, say, privacy or a mini kitchen and even a living room, because of the fact that, again, toddlers are not very privacy conscious. They don't really care about their own privacy, and it will be unusual for people to say that, oh, we want the space with a lot of privacy because we want to sell it to toddlers, or because we want to make it suitable for toddlers. So B, it was kind of out of the question here. We're left with now C. The mini house is suitable for teenagers, which is us pretty much. So you can see that C actually fits the question pretty well here because of the fact that, number one, they talk about having a place to hang out with friends. Notice the use of hangout, and also that you need to have friends in the first place, and also that it emphasizes privacy and fun at the same time. So it's more likely to be suitable for teenagers because you have things like privacy, friends, and they talk about hanging out in the first place. So we can pretty much say with confidence that it is C. And let's look at the answer scheme here. Yep, the answer is C here. All right. So now let's move on to, let's pick something more interesting. All right, let's take number 7 here. Which of the following is not on purpose on the poster? So it gives you here a poster here. Now let's apply what I said just now. A, let's read the answers first. A, to share the details of the event with prospective participants. Not the purpose of the poster. Wait, what? Okay. Not the purpose of the poster. B, to advertise that there will be a seminar on Photoshop software. And C, to inform people that the academy will hold a Photoshop lesson for only 1 day. Okay, so note that the answer is not asking for which one is untrue, but rather which is not the purpose of the poster. In general, when you're given a question talking about like the purpose of, like, say, a poster or an advertisement, it's always the purpose of it is usually to inform people about something. It's usually about wanting to tell people that, oh, there's a discount happening, there's a seminar happening, for example. So if you want to talk about something completely unrelated to that, oftentimes that is not the case, even if it is correct. Now let's get straight to the poster here. PS, this is the picture for Photoshop. Lesson on Photoshop. Have you ever wondered how Photoshop works and how it can be used to create a collage of images and more? Well, The Digital Art Academy is holding a one-off lesson on using Photoshop. Price, ... per person, date, 8 June, time 10 to 3 p.m., 1 hour lunch break at 12 p.m. Laptops will be provided, but you may bring your own. Please email us to book your spot at digitalart.academy@gmail.com.my. Okay. Which of the following is not the purpose of the poster? Let's go through this one by one. So, A, it says to tell us that to share the details of the event with prospective participants. If we look at the poster here, it gives us a lot of details here that are extremely important for anyone who wants to join this thing. For example, of course, if you want to join this seminar thing, you need to know how much is the price, when is the date, because if you roll up to the seminar thinking that it's free but end up having to pay a fee, you won't be able to join the seminar. In short, this poster contains a lot of crucial information that prospective participants actually want to join. So we can see that one of the purposes of the poster is to share the details of the event with prospective participants. So we can rule out A as an answer here. B, to advertise there will be a seminar on Photoshop software. If we look at the opening paragraph given here, it gives us a pretty interesting question. Have you ever wondered how Photoshop works and how it can be used to create a collage of images and more? Well, the digital is holding a one-off lesson on using Photoshop. We can say that this is actually something Okay, so the purpose of the poster here is, for B, it says that to advertise that there will be a seminar on Photoshop software. Note, there is something a bit amiss here. As you see, it's telling us that it's about a seminar on Photoshop software, specifically software. We'll get back to this later on. C, to inform people that the academy will hold a Photoshop lesson for only 1 day. If you notice here, there's actually emphasis being given on the fact that this is like a one-off lesson on using Photoshop. And if you look at the date, it also says that this is on 8th of June here. So we can say that yes, one of the purposes of this poster is actually to inform people that the academy will hold a Photoshop lesson for only 1 day, because it tells us that it's one-off, and also that the date of it is on the 8th of June here. Therefore, it's only being held on 1 day. So we can say it's also not C. Why then is B one of the not purposes of the poster, like not one of the reasons why the poster was made? We can say that with confidence because of the fact that if you reread B again, it says to advertise that there will be a seminar on Photoshop software. However, if we look at the poster here, it says here that it is more about like how Photoshop works and how it can be used to create a collage of images and more, rather than it actually being like a seminar, for example. So if you look at this, there's like two soft answers as to why this is wrong. Number one is that this claims that it's a seminar, rather than it's more of like a simple like one-off lesson here. Second is that it's less about advertising here and more of just like informing people as to that this thing is happening, because oftentimes advertisements are more used for things such as like selling products, for example, whereas this is more of just a lesson. And that it also says it's about Photoshop software, rather it's about like how it can be used to create a collage of images and more, instead of the software itself. So for number 7, we can say that it is actually B. All right, last for part 1, we'll be going to number 8. Okay, this is a much more simpler one. All of the following statements are false except, again, let's read the answers first. A, the branches of coffee bean plants are regularly trimmed. B, the coffee bean plant can take up to 1 year to produce fruit. C, the coffee bean plant produces cherries of the same color. So we're given 3 statements here, and 2 of them are false, except for 1. So this question is asking which one is a true statement that we want to circle here. All right, let's go step by step as always. A. Okay, in your exams, it's actually better for you to it's up to you whether you want to read the stimulus first or you want to go step by step with the answers. Either of them can be pretty good because for the answers you can immediately rule them out, but for the stimulus it's also okay for you to read the stimulus first if you want to get a better understanding. Me personally, for this class, save a bit of time, I'll prefer going with answers first rather than the stimulus, but it's up to you at the end. All right. A, the branches of coffee bean plants are regularly trimmed. Now, we're given a statement here. Let's look for which part in the paragraph does it talk about how oftentimes is the branches trimmed. All right. Let's see here. Coffee beans are the small multicolored cherries. Oh, it's actually multicolored. 5 years. Okay, here we go. To maintain the height of these plants, they are regularly pruned. Oh, it even gives us the exact what the meaning of what pruned is. For information, prune means dead or overgrown branches are trimmed away. So it says here that they are regularly pruned / trimmed. Even gives trimmed here as the explanation for pruned. So it says here that they are regularly pruned, which is actually the same as our statement in A here, that the branches of coffee bean plants are regularly trimmed. So A is already the answer here. So that's pretty good. But let's look at the other answers here. But let's look at the other answers for us to be a bit more decisive. So B, the coffee bean plant can take up to 1 year to produce fruit. Let's look at whether that's true or not. You'll notice in the second paragraph, coffee bean plants can take up 1 year to grow, not to produce fruit, but rather to grow. And then it will take roughly another 5 years before any fruit is produced. So if you were to count that out, that's actually a total of 6 years before any fruit is produced. So you can say that B is false because it does not take up to 1 year. Up to means like sehingga. Tapi in this context, either way it's wrong because it actually takes 6 years to produce fruit. So B is wrong. C, the coffee bean plant produces cherries of the same color. Note that in the first paragraph, we actually get a statement saying that this is wrong. The coffee plant produces small multicolored cherries. Now, the meaning of multicolored, I'm sure you all know this, I don't need to explain this, is that it has a lot of colors, which contrasts with C, which says that it's all the same color. So no, it is not the same color, rather it is multicolored. So C is also incorrect. All right, that concludes part 1. We'll be moving on to part 2 later on. So I'll just give a quick conclusion of part 1. No fancy slides, no nothing, because we'll be much more hands-on here. So pay attention. So in conclusion for part 1, you want to be quick, efficient, and decisive. So you want to be able to read everything as quickly as possible because you want to be able to have as much time as possible at the end, not to sleep, but in fact to recheck your answers and re-justify your answers. Why is my answer correct? Why is the other answers wrong? To ensure that you're actually correct at the end of the day. This is also something you can apply for part 4 and part 5, but that will be explained by someone else later on. How about being efficient? You want to be efficient by, first of all, reading the question, followed by the answers, followed by the stimuluses. This way, you're able to pick out which answers are wrong immediately right off the bat, because at the end of the day, you actually want to read all of the answers. You want to be able to make a decision on every answer rather than just simply looking for which answer suits the text. No, look for which part of the text suits the answers. What you actually want to do is see which answer suits the text and why the other answers don't suit the text. For example, with number 8 here, we're able to tell you exactly why B and C are incorrect because there are specific statements in the stimulus given as to why they are wrong. All right. So that really concludes it for part 1. And also that you'll have to do a bit of deductive logic, but it should be fine for you in part 1. So we'll reserve questions for the end later on. Moving on to part 2. Okay, for part 2 here, I'll be honest here. Part 2 in English is honestly a bit of a black hole because you don't really have a lot of technique going to part 2. Rather, it's more about it's more about how do I say this? Whether you know grammar or things like your about or general knowledge in general, pretty much. Why is that so? It's because part two mainly focuses on your grammar. What do I mean by this? For example, in part two, it oftentimes has you differentiating between things such as, let's look at number 13, for example. It, it's. Dear God, it has the same answer. Okay. Or let's say in number 16, for example, begin, begun, begins, beginning. That's to say that part two oftentimes focuses on your grammar. So there's less technique being applied here and more of just like how good is your grammar before this, how good is your language, your understanding of how words fit together, what a verb is, and so forth. But we'll still try to teach this to you at the end of the day. All right, let's look at number 9. Okay, climate change. There are still some people who say that climate change is not real. Others say that it is real, but we cannot do dot to stop it, so we need not try. Number 9, this is less of a grammar thing, but rather more of a general knowledge thing. Why do I say this is general knowledge? It's because number 9 is extremely easy if you have read this sentence before, because oftentimes you don't have like any other possible you have never read anything else similar to this sentence in the past. Why is that so? It's because that for number 9, the answer here is C, anything. Why is that so? Others say that it's real, but we cannot do anything to stop it. Kita tak boleh buat apa-apa nak hentikan benda ni. So, we need not try. Why is A, B, and D wrong? Look, others say that it is real, but we cannot do. Of course, here it is like a negating statement, meaning that it's a negative statement here that talks about how you're not able to do like anything pretty much to stop it. So D is immediately ruled out. If we were to put D in, it would be others say that it is real, but we cannot do nothing to stop it. Tak boleh buat tidak apa-apa, cannot do nothing to stop it. It's just simply that this sentence that isn't coherent and it contradicts like the words before it. So say cannot do nothing. But here it says we need not try. So it's clearly a negative sentence. So it's not D. A and B. We cannot do something. Okay, let's look at B first. We cannot do everything to stop it. Note that this sentence, for you to say we cannot do everything to stop it, so we need not try, is wrong. Because, well, oftentimes when people say we cannot do everything, it's oftentimes because like of a lack of like time or lack of resources per se. So in this sentence specifically, others say that it is real, but you cannot do everything to stop it. It doesn't make so we need not try. It doesn't make sense here because we cannot do everything. This sentence is more focuses more on like the smaller things that we can do here in order to stop something, because it's more of an emphasis of kalau benda kecil pun tak boleh buat, apatah lagi benda besar kan. So for you to say everything immediately, so we cannot do everything to stop it, that kind of like negates this sentence. Again, for me to explain the individual logic of this sentence is extremely difficult because but it'll be very easy if you have like read a similar sentence to this in the past. So for part 2, all I can really recommend for you is to read more and do more part 2 exercises, because that's really the only way to get better at part 2 instead of applying any technique or any understanding of logic in the first place. How about A then? We cannot others say that it is real, but we cannot do something to stop it, so we need not try. Something is also wrong because we want to talk about like multiple different things that we are unable to do here instead of like a specific thing that we're not able to do. We cannot do something to stop it. It's more about something that is like individual, something like one singular thing that you're not able to do, rather than in this sentence it wants to emphasize more on like you pretty much cannot do anything at all to stop it. Like everything is not an option here. in the first place. So therefore, something is also wrong here. Again, this requires like a lot of like pre-existing knowledge for you to be able to answer number 9, which is a bit unfortunate because I want to be able to teach you how to answer like different questions. So it's just simply like a technique instead of having to like prepare a lot here, but it's okay. So number 9 is C. How about number 10 then? A few people even say that climate change is not caused by human beings, but most people now understand that our world is getting hotter and we have to do something about it. Number 10, you're given a few options here. Of, by, in, from. It's not caused human beings. Now let's look at A first. It's not caused of human beings. Why is of wrong here? A few people even say that climate change is not caused of human beings is wrong because of here is, how do I say this? Do you ever like get an answer that you just simply think that, oh, it just sounds wrong, you know, it's caused of human beings because it sounds so similar to something else, like let's say because of or something else. So of here is wrong. Number 1, because it sounds wrong, but let's look for a more logical way to explain it like we did number 9. A few people even say that climate change is not caused of human beings. Of is more of a of here is incorrect because of the word before it, that being cause. If you were to say something like, oh, what is the cause of? Apakah penyebab bendala ini? Oh, human beings. However, since cause here is more of like a phrasal verb, that is to say, dia adalah benda yang memerlukan objek because dia ada perlakuan, there is an action here, cause, and then you have ed, which shows that it is in the past tense, meaning that it is in the passive verb being caused by someone. It is a verb that is being caused by someone. So you need to have a connecting word to the to the party that did the thing, cause ed, human beings. So the obvious linkage here is going to be B, number 10, by, caused by human beings, because it is a clear way of you connecting the verb cause, disebabkan oleh human beings. You're able to connect the word cause and you're able to connect it towards human beings here. All right. Now, how about C? It's caused in human beings. It's caused dalam human beings. It doesn't make sense because it is not something that happens inside of us. Rather, it is something that human beings, that we as human beings actually do. Therefore, it's not something that happens inside of us. C is incorrect. From. Okay. Well, the reason why from is wrong is because from is going to be towards, if you were to say it's caused from something, you cannot have human beings at the end here because human beings is more of a party, is a party that did the thing in the first place. However, if you were to say from, it will be correct if you replace human beings with one of the like non-physical causes of it. For example, open burning, for example. The reason why from is wrong here is because if you were to say it is not caused from human beings, it's like you're saying that human beings are the ones who are literally doing the thing, who are literally causing all this climate change to happen. Rather, it is only correct if you replace human beings with something like, say, open burning or illegal logging, for example, because those are the things that are literally causing climate change. Rather, human beings are the people who are doing the thing in the first place instead of them being the cause of it. It's a bit confusing, but human beings are the ones doing it rather than the ones actually causing it to happen in the first place. All right, that settles it for part 2. Now let's head straight to part 3. Now, part 3 is a bit more simple because, well, you're able to immediately like get straight to the answers here because it's oftentimes more straightforward than, let's say, part 2, for example. So we're going to apply the same technique that we had for part 1. That is to say, we're going to read the question followed by the answers followed by the paragraph. You're not going to read the paragraph or the stimulus given first because it is really, really long and you don't have that much time to waste. All right, From paragraph 1, the writer mentioned that it was not possible to delineate a clear and progressive development in the history of music because music ... A was known and played since prehistoric times. B, it's considered the most ancient and primitive art form. C was based on the sounds made by nature and the surrounding. D is linked with the history and development of human intelligence and culture. One thing that you may have noticed is that in part 3, it oftentimes tells you the answers are oftentimes arranged in terms of the paragraph. For example, you will not have number 19, the first question for part 3, suddenly being the answer for it being in like the final paragraph, for example. It will always be in the first paragraph instead of it being somewhere completely random. So you're able to narrow down where you are able to find the the answer there. All right, let's look at paragraph 1 here. Oh, not to mention that it tells you the initial paragraph, but if it doesn't, it still obeys that rule. All right, the concept of music appeared in ancient Greece, ... The question here is that it was not possible to delineate a clear and progressive development in music history. Let's see here, ... However, it is impossible to define a clear and ordered development for music history since it is directly intertwined with the history and development of human intelligence and culture. All right, we have a clear winner here. This is the answer here, because it's pretty much word by word exactly what the question asks. Why is it impossible to define a clear and what was the word? A clear and progressive development. A bunch of big words, they mean the same thing. Because it is directly intertwined with the history and development of human intelligence and culture. For number 19, the answer here is D. Because D is linked to the history and development of human intelligence and culture. Since a lot of the words are similar, it's obviously correct because of that, but also because like the tone and not the tone, my bad. But also because of like the meaning of the words itself is similar. It says here, with the history and development of the human intelligence and culture, it's linked to the history and development of human intelligence and culture. It's the same word, beat by beat. All right, paragraph 2. What does the word pivotal and the mean in this context? All right, this is one of the cornerstones of part 3, asking you what the words mean in certain contexts or what is a suitable word to replace it in that context. Now let's look for pivotal. All right, musical instruments and musicians have played a pivotal role in this life cycle of humans, perhaps even before we were able to speak them. All right. From paragraph 2, what does the word pivotal mean in this context? A, fix on something. B, of vital importance. C, dangerous and unrelated. D, to appear in large quantity. So we're able to say that number 20. Let's look back at the thing here again. It played a pivotal role in the life cycle of humans. Let's rule out a few answers here. Fix on something. That's wrong because it's talking about the role of something. And therefore, it has to be an adjective to the word rather than like fix on something, which is less of an adjective and rather more of like a description of someone or something. How about B, of vital importance? It tells us that it played a pivotal role in the life cycle of humans, perhaps even before we were able to speak. Well, B could actually be the answer here. How about C, dangerous and unrelated? It has played a pivotal role in the life cycle of humans. Well, it never tells you anything about music being dangerous or musical instruments being dangerous to humans. So we can also say that C is incorrect. D, to appear in large quantity. It played a pivotal role. Well, it is implied that maybe a lot of humans did use musical instruments and music. However, in terms of just it being an adjective itself, playing a pivotal role, it never says anything about it appearing in large quantity. And pivotal is also how do I say this? It is also like inconsistent with the meaning of to appear in large quantity, because that's more of like a vast sum or something, for example. Oftentimes, when you get this sort of question, you're going to be taught that that one trick for answer this question is that the word you're given is actually very similar. The meaning of it is actually very similar to the answer that you're going to have. So the meaning of pivotal is something that is actually important, and B, of vital importance. Music played a role of vital importance in the life cycle of humans, perhaps even before we were able to speak. And there you have it. The answer there is B. All right. So there's quite a few more questions here, but I hope that you got the technique and the ability and the understanding of how to answer part three. It's very similar to part one. Again, read the question followed by the answers and followed by the stimulus. So you're gonna want to, you're going to want to rule out all the wrong answers. You have to be able to explain why certain answers are incorrect, so that you're going to be extremely sure that your answer and only your answer is correct. All right. Well, so that settles it for part 1, 2, and 3. I'll give like a minute or so for like any questions. Are there any questions? Okay. All right. If there are no questions, I'll pass it on to the next Guru Muda, who will cover part 4 and part 5. Much more exciting things. Thank you.
Thank you,
Opinions
Ime.
update.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Arif and I'll be covering part 4 and part 5. Seeing as we're quite short on time, so I'll be mostly explaining the answers and how to cover part 4 and part 5. For part 4, it seems that most students struggle a lot on figuring out the gap text and which answers to put for which. So usually for me, I would read the entire text first, and after that I would read the answers given, and for each empty space given, I would focus on reading the sentence before and after. So we'll be discussing all the answers right now. For question number 27, it's G. So for answer G, the worst crash has happened here took place in 1990 when a bus carrying passengers collided with a lorry, an FRU truck, 2 taxis, and 6 cars, leaving 17 people dead. The reason this answer was chosen is because of the sentence before it. This highway that stretches for 60 kilometers is long, dark, windy, and prone to accidents, often resulting in death. I've highlighted prone to accidents here, which shows that it focuses mostly on the accidents that have happened there. So the most suitable answer here would be G, which explains about the worst crash that has happened there. Now for number 28, the answer given is C. There are different sightings of people having seen a young schoolboy wandering along the Karak highway in the dark, looking lost and desolated. For these questions, I have also referred to the sentence before. One story is the lost schoolboy. The sentence after it also helps in cementing the answer as C, because it also talks about the schoolboy. Do not ever stop if you come across a boy on the highway who is looking for his dead mother and asks, "Have you seen my mother?" repetitively. For answer C, it says there are different sightings of people having seen a young schoolboy. The word young schoolboy is highlighted here because it talks about the lost schoolboy as the story, which cements the answer as C. For question 29, the answer given is E. The question given is at the end of the sentence. So usually for answers that are at the end of the sentence, we will look for answers that have a cohesive device at the start of the sentence. So for number 29, the answer given is E. Until today, it is said that he is still walking around the highway looking for his beloved mother. So if you look throughout the answers given, there are 2 answers that start with cohesive devices. Answer B and answer E. But as of right now, we are talking about the lost schoolboy rumor. So the most suitable answer would be E, because it says until today, he is still walking around the highway looking for his mother, which fits the context of this legend. Moving on to question number 30. The answer given is D. The sighting of a yellow Volkswagen Beetle can be common on any road, but if you see one on a Karak highway, you should be worried. This answer stems from the sentence before it, which talks about another infamous one is the yellow Volkswagen Beetle. So the word yellow Volkswagen Beetle cements the answer for D because it talks about the sighting of the yellow Volkswagen Beetle. For answer 31, it is given as H. You will then be forced again to overtake this slow car, but after a short while, the same Volkswagen appears in front of you. This can be read from the sentence before and after it. Once you've done that and continue driving along, there are chances of you seeing the same Volkswagen again and again, going as slowly as possible. And the sentence after is, thus, as long as you overtake it, you will keep seeing it in front of you over and over again. This shows that the action is repetitive and repeated, so the most suitable answer here is H, which talks about you will be then forced again. You will then be forced again, which shows that you are doing the same actions repeatedly, which fits with the sentence before and after it. And for the final answer, 32, it is given as B. As I said just now, for answers that are at the end of the sentences, you should find answers that start with the cohesive device. And because we only have two answers with cohesive devices, which are B and E, and we have already used E for question 29, it is suitable to put B for question 32 as the answer, because it also talks about the yellow Volkswagen Beetle legend. Hence, if you ever notice a yellow Volkswagen Beetle on the Karak Highway, it's best not to overtake it, as it might keep appearing in front of you and cause an unwanted accident. Here we are still on the topic of the legend of the yellow Volkswagen Beetle, which means that that is the best answer for it and most suitable for the answer. Any questions regarding part 4? For tips on part 4, I would suggest, of course, firstly, reading all the answers that are given from A to H, and after that, mainly focusing on the sentences before and after the answer box. These sentences are the ones that will help you choose which answer is the most suitable for each blank space given. We'll be moving on to part 5 now. For part 5, I would advise to read all of the texts given from A to F, so you can easily answer the questions given. For our statements, we have number 33. Some images on fake news are real images but come from different websites. This refers to paragraph B. As you can see, I've underlined most of the key points for each question. To make things easier, you should look for the key points and try to connect them with the given paragraphs. For question 33, we have real images that come from different websites. So in paragraph B, it shows that from the highlighted words that I've done, it says taken from an unrelated site and same image has been used in other contexts. For the paragraphs given and the questions given, they usually will not give the same sentences, but they will give similar sentences, which will help you to choose your answers easily. So here for paragraph B, it says the same image has been used in other contexts, which shows that there are same real images but from different websites. So our answer for number 33 is B. For number 34, many fake news stories are written to trigger reactions. So our paragraph is F. The underlined word is trigger reactions. And if you look at paragraph F, you can see almost the same sentence, which is cause reactions, which shows that our answer for number 34 is F. For number 35, the news is real if it is also covered on other websites. The answer given is C. So if you look at paragraph C, we can see that there's a sentence that says, if you find it on many other sites, it isn't fake. So it shows that if it is covered on other websites, then it is also real, which shows that C is our answer. For number 36, without evidence, the reliability of the news is questioned. The answer given is E. So here, it might not seem obvious, but it shows here that the final sentence. If these are missing, question it. So if you read the entire paragraph, it shows that it talks about facts and evidence. So here in number 36, it talks about evidence and reliability of the news. So for number 36, our answer is E. Finally, we have questions 37 to 40. This question choose no more than one word from the text of each answer. So the answers will always be given in all the paragraphs above here. You simply have to search for it. To make things easier, you should read the text below here first and look at the keywords to make finding the answers easier. For number 37, well, if you're not sure of the blank space, click on the About page for the details. For number 37, the answer given is source. Here, you can see the answer chosen is source because the sentence after the blank space is click on the About page for the details. This shows that we need to refer to the source for details because that is where our details come from. Number 38. So here the word source is from here, A. As long as it is in the paragraph, you can take the word as an answer. For number 38, so they will try to blank space, use the content accordingly. So for number 38, our answer is given is feed. So here, it actually shows in the text, so you can read. Bear in mind that fake news is designed to feed your biases, hope or fears. Basically here, it shows that feed, it means it gives you a content accordingly, which is basically the same as question 38. Feed you the content accordingly. So our most suitable answer here is feed. For number 39, therefore you must be critical as you read the news and ask some questions to yourself before deciding to believe it. Number 39, the answer here is from paragraph F in the title. This one might seem a little hard to find, but if you read the paragraph given for F, it shows that about asking yourself and asking questions about it and deciding whether you should believe it or not. But there is no suitable adjective for our answer in the text, so we will take the title of critical, seeing as it fits there the most and it relates to the same problem. And finally, for question 40, the key point here is to use your blank space sense. This one is for me the most simplest because it shows here that's the same sentence. Use your common sense. As you can see, there's sense, common sense, and it's the same thing. So you can take the word common and put it as your number 40 answer. For part 5 tips, I would suggest focusing on the key points for questions 33 to 36 and then seeing which paragraph is most suitable for it. For questions 37 to 40, you should read the entire text first. Same thing, you should look at the key points and make sure your word is from the text. Only one word and no add-ons such as S or any other ED and you have to take the word exactly from the text. That is all from me. Any questions? If there are no questions, I'll be ending it here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arif.
All right, thank you very much to all our esteemed young teachers today for our English program, English session. So I hope everyone can learn something new and learn new ways to excel in their own English exams. So I feel like at the end of the day, English is a subject that you cannot underestimate because English, of course, it may seem easy at first, it may seem to be something simple, but yet there are always questions out there that can challenge your mind. So what I advise you to do is like what our young teacher said. You gotta pay attention, you gotta read the questions properly, you gotta make sure you underline, and yeah, as long as you follow these simple tips, inshallah, you can be able to excel in your English exams. And remember, for English, we're not just targeting A minus or A, we are targeting A plus. That's our goal for everyone here, not just SAS, but for all our SPPs. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone joining again. So before we end our session, let us recite our prayers. A'udzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal as innal insana lafi husr illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Alright, thank you guys very much again for joining today. And yeah, hope you guys have a very good morning. Bye guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk to me. I don't wanna let you down. 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 See how we living? Yeah. I'm trying to keep it simple as possible. You know what I do? Get your Gucci on sight, yeah. Rollers on ice, yeah. Get first class flights, yeah. Ride it like a bike, yeah. Get a brand new wag, hey. Be quiet, don't brag, hey. You ain't never pump gas, hey. Need to keep it on task, yeah. Pulling off flex, hey. Keep it on track, hey. Fussing and fighting, hey. All night, hey. Gotta make it count, yeah. Love it when it bounce, hey. Girl, that's tight, yeah. Get whatever you like, hey. Gucci on sight, yeah. Rollie on ice, yeah. Take my advice, hey. Live a better life. You got maze right now, you got it made right now. I won't let you down, I won't let you down. This life for right now, this life for right now. This life for right now, this life for you right now. You can't be to the street, don't know right now. And my name too big, everybody know right now. I enjoyed our time, we been on the low for a while. I've been solo now, I've been going solo now. 20-ounce steaks, hey, can't fit it on the plate. Jumbo shrimp, hey, straight out the lake, hey. Sleeping on the boat, hey, wake up, take dope, hey. You don't want no smoke, don't want no starch, hey. We gon' put it on the hood, hey, before we put it on God, hey. Hey, you got maze right now, you got it made right now. I won't let you down, I won't let you down. This life for right now, this life for right now. This life for right now, this life for you right now. You can't be to the street, don't know right now. And my name too big, everybody know right now. I enjoyed our time, we been on the low for a while. I've been solo now, I've been going solo now. Solo now. Everybody know right now. I've been going solo now. Bands on your tag, woo. Now you got bags. Woo. I won't let you down, bet I won't let you down. Bands on your tag, woo. Now you got bags. Woo. I won't let you down, bet I won't let you down. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. Wait. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. Niggas gon' know right, know right, know right. Everybody know right, right. We been on the low for a while. I've been going solo now. Looking for the top.
Brr, Anuel, Anuel, real hasta la muerte, baby. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que tú seas mi mujer? Baby, dime qué tengo que hacer. Giselle, mi nena, tú eres una yala y tú eres mala. Baby, no te vayas, mátame. Tú eres una yala y tú eres mala. Baby, no te vayas, adórame. Sé que me extrañas. Tú en mi cama, baby, tú eres mala. Tú en mi cama, baby, no te vayas. Adórame. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que tú seas mi mujer? Baby, dime qué tengo que hacer para que tú seas mi mujer. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que tú seas mi mujer? Baby, dime qué tengo que hacer para que tú seas mi mujer. Yo voy con diablo pa' allá, ven con tu amiga pa' acá, rebota esa nalga pa' acá y nos vamos, nos comemos allá. Yo voy con los diablos allá pa' allá, baby, ven con tu amiga pa' acá, rebota esa nalga pa' atrás, nos vamos y nos comemos allá. Baby, tú eres mala, tú en mi cama, baby, no te vayas. Adórame. Eres una yala y tú eres mala. Baby, no te vayas, mátame. Bebiendo baila, diabla en mi cama. 2000 útil los tacones, ella se emborracha y en cuatro se pone. Y siempre me pide que no la traicione. Y siempre la hacemos pero sin condones, Y se me trepa encima y tanto mojado el clima. Y con la perla yo voy pa' encima y me dice que rico tú me lastimas. Sudando y bailándome, caliente y tocándome. Y ella no para de beber, ya entre ti yo enloquecer. Una yala y tú eres mala. Baby, no te vayas, mátame. Baby, tú eres mala, tú en mi cama. Baby, no te vayas. Real hasta la muerte, baby. Real hasta la muerte, baby. Mira, y me asistirá en los intocables, los Illuminati. Brrr, Anuel. Bebecita, bebecita.
Honorable C notes.
Keep the bitch jump, keep it on jump, keep the bitch jump, I got it cool for a 10. The bitch get loose, she tryna win. I beat her by the house, I beat her in. It's 40 in the couch, I let her spin. When the car's lit, better call in. She done popped all out, she done called twin. I done went to spaz that I put the raw in. I done hit the strip club instead of top 10. The shawty out of Glico, she be coming hot just like a heat stroke. I can see you lurking through the peephole. I'm stacking different money type of seat notes. I'm talking seat notes, nigga hit seat notes. You spend what you want and you get what you want. I guess you got what you wanted. You're hitting the pole and you give it your all and you keeping it honest. It's too many nights so we're nameless. It's too many nights so we're famous. It's too
what you want, and you get what you want. I guess you got what you wanted. You're hitting the pole, and you give it your all, and you keeping it honest. It's too many nights and we're nameless. It's too many nights and we're famous. It's too many nights and we're brainless. Say I can't jump, keep it on jump, keep it on jump.
Take up and out whenever you ride with me. It ain't like I'm asking you to ride for free. From trapping to rapping, need to be proud of me. Back out the studio and throw parties. Money coming too fast, I can't slow down. Feel like I'm running from my past, I can't slow down. So many nights about to crash. Now I'm buying no foreigns on cash. I can't slow down.
Bangun pagi YDFF di tangan. Semua perisai buatku rasa sungguh aman. Jadilah teman, jadilah kawan. Sentiasa di hati ya pagi ku menawan.
Susu untuk rakyat, memang semua dapat. Rasa yang padat, buat semangat. YBHU, YBFF, 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 YBHU, YBFF, YBFF, YBFF.
Bangun tiap pagi, susu farm fresh ku cari. Rasa segar sekali, tiada yang boleh tandingi. Sekali kau nikmati, confirm rasa nak lagi. Produk lokal berkualiti, memang perlu dihargai. Sentiasa dalam hati, pilihan tiada ganti. Ku cari setiap hari demi kesihatan diri. Nutrisi untuk gigi, boleh senyum tiap hari. Dari malam sampai pagi, minum susu farm fresh lagi.
Aku sungguh cinta, rasanya gembira. Susu untuk kita, luar biasa. YBHU, YBFF, 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 YBHU, YBFF, YBFF.
Yeah. I wanna fuck you right now. Reverse that car, girl, I'm bucking right now. Climb on the standard rail, hope you can handle it. Beat that kid up when it's down, put it down. Let's make a movie, girl, I do the shooting. Camera in my left, put your hand in my right. Water keep dripping while I lay this pipe. Sex is a drug, well, let's enjoy this high. No time to make love it. Keep screaming you want it. Girl, you looking lovely. When you ride this pony, we can do this till the morning. So please come and ride me. Love it when I'm deep inside you. You going crazy, yeah. Kissing wherever you want me. I go bananas when I'm in that monkey. Lately been feeling like a junkie. Pum, beat it up like a drummer. You know that I'm nasty, you know that I want it. Struck out 2 zone, but I'm on it. You screaming my name and say, Daddy, I'm coming. I'm coming too, I put mine in your stomach. So baby, let's go. I wanna feel your body on top of mine. Let's do it. Right now, we ain't gon' waste no time, baby. Like a Harley in the wind, got your back to your friends when you ride. Like a rodeo, ride like a rodeo, baby. I wanna feel your body on top of mine. Right now, we ain't gon' waste no time, baby. Like a Harley in the wind, got your back to your friends when you ride. Like a rodeo, like a rodeo.
He love how I ride it. Hop on a dick, I made him get excited. This pussy off limits for lame niggas. Yeah, fuck me like you got some pain in you. Can't go back and forth with no groupie hoes, but these bitches love how you do me though. Had to tell her that dick off limits. I hop on it at night, I'm a menace. Yeah, he get the stroking. Oh, how I love when he choking me. Bitch, I'm a boss, I do what I want. I don't need a nigga controlling me. I look at my wrist, it's an AP watch. I put your nigga in off-white socks. He want a fun bitch, girl, not a thought. I keep keep it juicy, he coming alive. When he dip inside, I be going insane. Scratching his back, I know he feeling pain. Okay, he asked me out like snow day. Eliante is a cold case. Right on that dick like road rage. I can put on a show, I don't need a stage. Fucking with me, he gon' need sage. Don't make me go back to my old ways.
I wanna feel your body on top of mine. Right now, we ain't gon' waste no time, baby. Like a Harley in the wind, got you bring it to your friends when you ride. Like a rodeo, right? Like a rodeo, baby. I wanna feel your body on top of mine. Right now, we ain't gon' waste no time, baby. Like a Harley in the wind, got you bring it to your friends when you ride. Like a rodeo, right? Like a rodeo, baby. Look, let me kiss it, baby. Tell me when you really, really miss me, baby. Sex is a sport and you can picture, baby. Gotta take my time when I'm in it, baby. Foreplay only if you with it, baby. She can join in since y'all kissing, baby. My sex drive at all time, high beat it up, but I promise I won't kill it, baby. Will, girl, just tell me how you want it. I got good stamina, mommy. You like to scratch on my back, but tonight you on top of this pony. Breathing hard, you got me sweating. I'm trying to eat you for breakfast, eat you for lunch and dinner if you let me. I'm trying to give you what you really missing, yeah. I wanna feel your body on top of mine. Right now, we ain't gon' waste no time, baby. Like a Harley in the wind, got you bring it to your friends when you ride. Like a rodeo, right? Like a rodeo, baby. I wanna feel your body on top of mine. Right now, we ain't gon' waste no time, baby. Like a Harley in the wind, got you bring it to your friends when you ride. Like a rodeo, right? Like a rodeo, baby.
So jam menunjukkan pukul 11. So we have to start our mathematics slot sekarang juga. Zaki ada ke Zaki tak masuk lagi? Kalau enggak ada je. So saya akan buat modul yang we have sent dekat QR code tu. Ada satu set 2. Set 2 is 2023. So kita akan buat modul tu and kita akan bincang soalan bahagian B. I will cover that, and then bahagian C nanti Zaki yang cover. Semua soalan kita cover. And then for bahagian A nanti I want to discuss satu soalan saja. And then the rest of the questions nanti kita just blast the answers kat korang. Okay? Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to share my screen and we can together we can do the questions, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Dah hiraukan sepakat aku. Okay. Sekejap. You can see my screen, yeah? I reckon.
Ai.
Okay.
Nampak.
Jom kita buat sama. I. Rifat nampak Rifat? Ada semua fizikal ni?
Boleh nampak, boleh.
Right. Cakap. Boleh nampak
Nampak.
Nampak. Okay. Okay. So, I've done a lot of questions yang set 2 ni. Memang banyak dah buat dah. And kalau korang buat banyak-banyak, you akan realise there's a pattern in the questions tau. Soalan tu tak akan lari from a few topics yang mesti orang akan tanya. And one of the topics yang orang akan tanya, mesti akan tanya is the distance time graph ni. Apa distance speed graph. Memang setiap question booklet yang aku buat tu mesti ada soalan pasal distance graph ni. Okay, so we really need to pandai lah buat soalan macam ni. Okay, so diagram 11 is a distance time graph for movement of two motorcycles. OPQR, so this one. OPQR ni ialah motorcycle Darren. And GPH pula ialah motorcycle AZ. Azul Hafiz. Ni AZ. Sekejap. AZ. So yang atas ni pula ialah Darren. Okay, and then so Darren punya motorcycle movement is from Jitra to Sungai Petani. Maksud kat sini zero ni is our Jitra and here is Sungai Petani. Lepas tu he also says that LG motorcycle is from Sungai Petani to Jitra. So seorang ke arah Jitra ke Sungai Petani, seorang ke arah Sungai Petani ke Jitra. Both of them are the same route. Okay, masih jarak ni sama lah. Alright, so state the duration of time in minutes when Darren's motorcycle stop. So bila state tak perlu ni jalan kira, just look at the graph. And bila duration of time when Darren's motorcycle stop, kalau a distance graph maksudnya bila dia stationary sini lah. Stationary kat sini and dekat sini. So time taken when it stopped is 45 minus 30. So the answer is 15 apa? 14 minutes pun tak apa. 15 minutes. Okay, dah settle. And then dia tanya the distance in kilometers from Jitra when both of them met. So sini Jitra. Jarang ada satu je intersection point which is here dekat P ni. When both of these graph intersect. So daripada Jitra, dia punya distance ialah 40 kilometers. Let's go. Okay. Alright, easy. Next. Shall I go bomb sikit? Calculate the speed in kilometer per hour of the average motorcycle in the last 50 minutes. In the last 50 minit. So, kalau graph distance and time, the speed nak cari melalui apa? Rifat? Melalui apa, Rifat?
Dia bahagi.
Distance over time.
Yes, the gradient. Okay, this part, the gradient here. So,
Yes.
cari the nak cari the speed for the last 50 minutes ni, from here to here, you have to find the gradient. Okay, dari point ni kepada point ni. So, this part, R ni, dia punya coordinates ialah 95, 90. Okay, and the coordinates of Q ialah 45, 40. So, kita boleh cari dia punya gradient. Oh shit. Okay. So, gradient dia ialah also, gradient dia diminta in kilometer per hour and the unit ialah minutes. So, you have to tukar minutes kepada hours. Okay, kena alert dengan dia punya unit dia. So, dia punya distance ialah B1. 90 minus 40. Allah. 90 minus 40. Lepas tu 95 minus 45. Tak cukup tau, over 60. Sebab dia minta in kilometer per hour. So later you get 60 kot. Tekan calculator. Nanti dapat, yeah, you get 60 kilometers per hour. Okay. Easy je kan? Easy je kan? Okay, bagus. Alright, for 2. It states that the distance in kilometer of Darren's motorcycle from Jitra at 60 minutes. Okay, so the distance is kat sini lah. Kat sini. The distance in kilometers of Darren's motorcycle from Jitra at 60 minutes. Okay, we know the speed. The speed is 60 km per hour. So, kan dia punya gradient dekat sini, dekat sini, is constant kan? Dia tak bergerak, dia tak berubah. It's one constant gradient. So, we can find the value of the punya distance by using the gradient punya formula. Okay. So, kalau dia punya kat 60 minutes kan, 60 minutes is somewhere here. Kan, let's say lah. Kita assume je. Kat sini ialah 60 minutes. Tarik. Sini ialah 60. Okay. So, kat sini dia punya coordinates ialah 60 and then dia punya y. We don't know the y. Nak cari y lah. Sebab there's a distance kan. Okay. So, we can just use the same formula for gradient untuk cari our value ni. Cara dia, kita pakailah formula gradient. So, 90 minus y bahagi dengan 95 minus 60 over 60. 95 minus 60 over 60. Kenapa? Sebab kita nak equate dengan our first gradient yang kita cari tadi. And our first gradient pun dalam tu kan, kilometer per hour kan. So kita tukarkan our time yang awal tu kepada kilometer per hour juga. So this will equal to 60. Okay. So korang just tekan calculator. Dapatlah jawapan dia. Okay. Alright. So 5 minus 60 bahagi dengan 60 darab 60, you get 35, and then 90 minus 35, we get 55. So the value of y is equal to 55. Okay. Alright. Faham? So jarak dia daripada Jitra dekat minit ke 60 ialah 5. Let's go. Sebab gradient dekat sini semua sama. It's all constant. So we can just find the value pakai gradient yang sama lah. Okay, next. Soalan C. It is given that the average speed of Aziz's motorcycle exceeded the average speed of Darren's motorcycle by 10 km per hour, and then calculate the value of T. Macam mana? Oh, T kat sini. Okay, let's cari T. Alright, so what important macam triangle yang korang tahu is this triangle here. This is DST. Okay, so DST is just distance, speed, time. So kalau nak cari distance, tutuplah distance ni. Is equal to speed darab time. Kalau nak cari time, tutuplah triangle ni. Dapatlah distance over speed. Kalau nak cari speed, tutuplah speed. Is equal to distance over time. Untuk. So very handy formula. Belajar orang benda lain. Okay. So given that the average speed of Aziz's motorcycle, so average speed.
Idea.
Nak cari ialah, oh ya.
Yang formula ni just untuk distance over time graph kan? Alright, thank you.
Alright. Okay. So given the average speed, so kalau average speed ialah total tutup ni kan, distance over time. So total distance over total time. Yes. Sebab diminta total distance and average speed kan. So the average speed of Aziz's motorcycle exceeded the average speed of Darren's motorcycle by 10 km per hour. So first kita boleh cari Darren motorcycle punya average speed kan. Sebab kita tahu everything about Darren, tak pasal Aziz je. So Darren punya motorcycle punya average speed, kat sini cari lah. Okay. Dalam calculation, again, dia tanya in 10 km per hour. So, masa yang kat bawah tu kita convert kepada hour juga. Okay. So, the total distance yang Darren bergerak is 90 km. Sini 90. And dia mengambil masa 95 seconds. So, kita boleh cari dia punya average speed.
95 minutes.
95 minutes, sorry. Okay. So, average speed of Darren is 90 over 95 bagi 60. So, kita dapat 56.8421 kilometers per hour. Okay, ini Darren punya average speed. Dia cakap dengan LZ punya speed ni exceed average speed of Darren by 10 km per hour. So, kalau average speed of LZ pula will just be Darren punya tambah 10. So, 56.8421 tambah 10. And then you write 66.8421 kilometers per hour. Okay. Tapi dia tanya apa? Dia tanya the calculate the value of T. T ialah the time in minutes. So kita ya Allah. Wait, wait. Okay. So kita boleh cari dulu. Tengok balik formula distance over time ni. Kita nak cari time kan. So kita ada dia punya speed and kita ada distance dia, 90 km. So it's just 90.
Ada soalan.
Oh yeah.
Ada orang tanya boleh
tak?
Kalau ambil 56.84 saja.
Actually regarding decimal places, the more kau letak, the more accurate. The more you letak, the more accurate your answer will be. Boleh dia letak 56.84, tapi takut your final answer, the decimal place akan lari juga. Faham tak? So it's better you put a lot and then your final answer baru you letak 2. Atau you just biar je 4 for the rest of your calculations. Sebab the more decimal places you letak, the more accurate you become. You'll be lah. Betul. Boleh? Okay, thanks for the question. Aku ni tak nampak chat tau. So kalau korang nak tanya soalan, just like speak up. Sebab all I see right now is my screen. Yang I tengah present. 666.841. Okay, times 60. Okay, so nanti your answer aku nampak macam weird number kan, 1.3465. Our answer ni kan is dalam bentuk hours. Sebab kita punya pengiraan is in kilometer per hour. So what you have to do is darab dengan 60. Okay, another useful tip kan. Bila korang tengah kira, right now, aku tulis, I'm just writing 4 decimal places. Tapi in your calculator, dalam calculator, you akan dapat macam banyak sepenghujung calculator tu kan. Okay, so dalam your calculations, jangan padam the banyak-banyak yang apa, banyak-banyak decimal places yang you tulis tu. Jangan padam, just add on from that je. Okay, so yeah, I'm writing 4. Tapi dalam my calculation sekarang, I tak padam all the belakang-belakang punya decimals tu. Okay, that's a good tip to use. Nanti jawapan awak paling accurate. So 1.3465 hours ni you darab dengan 60. Sebab nak tukar balik dalam bentuk minit ni. So nanti dapat Allah 80.79. Okay, so T equal to 80.79. So that is your final answer. Okay, settle. One question. Any questions? Yang bertanya. Jangan bertulis, tak nampak. Ada? Tak ada eh? I assume tak ada.
Faham.
Okay. Let's go. Rifat ni saya faham. For your information, Rifat ni kan, dia paling pandai at math. Dia memang macam wow. Dia ketua RKS. Siapa yang tak tahu at math, go hit Rifat lah. Sumpah. Pandai. Okay. So given a length, given 2 semicircles, PQR and RST, ni soalan yang paling I feel unorthodox. Biasa soalan transformation dia akan bagi Cartesian plane kan. Tapi soalan ni dia kasih straight line. OPQRT. So, damn. Why? Okay. So given a length of PT, P kepada T is 12 cm, meaning RT ialah 9 cm. Calculate the length of calculate the length of RT. Dia minta je. So RT is just 12 minus 3. Allah. Tak pasal minta. 12 minus 3 is nice and peace. Okay. Alright. And then semicircle RST. Mana RST? RST. It's long one here. Allah. Hey. Alright. Okay, so RST ialah image kepada our object of QPR. Ni objek. Okay. So it's object under combined transformation VU. So describe in full the transformations U dengan V. Okay. So bila dia cakap VU, what goes first? The transformation tu U ke V?
You.
Yes, dia akan buat U dulu baru buat V. Okay. So unorthodox question. Biasanya kalau kita nak tahu dia punya transformation jenis apa, kita akan lihat markah. Ni akan lihat kat markah ni. Berapa markah dia akan pakai. Tapi this time dia tak boleh nak anggap sangat sebab kita tahu berapa banyak markah dia kasih A dan berapa banyak markah dia kasih kat C. So kita kena pandai tu buat. Okay, so apa yang aku nampak, what I saw and I think is right. I know it's right. I have to be confident kan. I know it's right. Actually ada dua jawapan. Ada dua jawapan. Tapi yang wajib mesti ada satu tu enlargement kan. Mesti ada second one enlargement. Tapi yang first tu kita boleh macam argue sikit apa yang kita punya our jawapan is. So what I saw is kita rotatekan OPQR ni, kita rotatekan 180 degrees so dia ke bawah tu kan. So kena macam tu kan. Lepas tu kita enlarge kan OPQR dekat center R, so dapatlah balik TSR yang besar ni. Betul? Okay, tapi nampak kan? Kita rotate and then kita enlarge dia besar. Okay. Another cara yang kita boleh buat is kita boleh reflect. Kita boleh reflect this PQR ni macam ni dekat the line PR. So, macam ni kan. And then kita boleh enlarge daripada center O. Kita enlarge dari sini. So dia akan macam dapat balik the same the same shape. So dekat our skema jawapan dia kasih yang second tu, yang dia suruh rotate tu, yang saya rotate sini. Rotate pula, reflect. Dia suruh reflect dan baru enlarge. Tapi kat bawah skema tu dia cakap macam apa yang dapat pada PST pun RST pun betul. So kita ada dua jawapan. Okay. So aku rasa jawapan aku lagi cantik. So aku pakai jawapan aku. Okay. So first kita cakap it is a rotation of 180 degrees at center R. At center R. Okay. So kita rotate dulu the shape 180 degrees dekat center R. Dia akan end up macam ni. Okay, ni image 1 lah. Image first. Okay, so after kita rotate 180 degrees, kita akan enlargement. Enlargement dekat center R juga. At center R. And then tambah with scale factor. Okay, cara nak cari scale factor. Dia punya image ialah 9 cm. Dia punya objek ialah 3 cm. So, 9 bahagi 3. So, our scale factor ialah 3. So, we scale factor 3. Okay. So, penulisan kepada transformation kita, we must ensure that our rotation, enlargement, translation, reflection, perkataan tu sentiasa kena ada dekat depan ayat tu. Okay. Kita tak boleh cakap macam 180 degrees rotation. Tak boleh, salah. Kita kena cakap rotation of 180 degrees at center R. Macam tu. Okay. In this case, rotation, dia tak kisah direction apa. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, tak kisah. Sebab last akan sama juga. Tapi kalau this was a 90 degree rotation, make sure ada direction. Rotation of 180 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction dekat center R. Contohnya. Okay. And then enlargement sama. Enlargement perkataan tu mesti kena ada kat depan. And then dekat center R, kena ada center. Kena ada. And kena ada scale factor. Perkataan scale factor ni wajib muncul. Kita dah cakap with factor 3, salah. Kalau cakap K equals 3 pun salah. Sebab you just imply K ni apa. Alright. K tu apa? Kalau kita cakap K tu 3, K tu constant ke, scale factor ke. So bila boleh persoalkan jawapan kau, maksudnya salah lah jawapan tu. Alright, so we can't do this. Jangan buat. Kita buat the scale factor, cantik. The whole ayat, scale factor 3. Okay, next. It is given that pentagon RST represents a region of area 31.82 cm square. Okay, mana pentagon RST? Pentagon, silap ni. Kau pentagon ni. Stop. Dia pun cakap RST saja, cakap pentagon. So silap. Sorry. So it's given that RST represents a region of area 31.82 cm square. Mana RST? RST. So this big part ialah 31.82 cm. Alright. So PQR. Dia suruh cari ni berapa. Okay, so just plug in from the formula. Formula dia ialah the area of image equals k square darab area of object. Okay, so the area of image dia kasih ialah 31.82 kan. 31.82. So the area of the image ialah 31.82. Scale factor kita cari tadi equals 3. So 3 square darab dengan area of object. So area of object is just 31.82 bahagi 3 square. So, berapa itu? Dapat 3.55356 centimeter square. Okay. Macam biasa saya letak decimal 4 sebab lagi accurate. Tapi kalau letak 2 tak start pun dia akan terima juga dalam dia akan terima juga dalam our skema jawapan. Okay. So any questions setakat ni? I feel like question ni menarik juga, cantik. Sebab dia ada multiple solutions. Okay. So whatever your solution is, if you get the RST ni, shape RST besar tu, asalkan kau dapat the question tu, the solution tu, that means you're correct, you're right. Sorry for coffee ni, I'm a bit sick. Again. Tak apa. Passion. No, it's not passion. I have passion. Okay. So let's go. Next question. Set 2, test 2. Question 13. Table 13 shows the result of the mid-year examinations for 80 students in the subject of mathematics, additional mathematics and physics. Untuk soalan macam Venn diagram ni, it is best kalau kita kita start inserting the values daripada kecil hingga ke atas, dari besar pada kecil. Okay, so especially daripada atas, and then kita insertkan from atas ke bawah. Alright, so complete the Venn diagram. Alright, P ni mathematics, Q ni additional mathematics, R ni physics. Tengok betul-betul mendarah. Ada orang silap tengok waktu trial, lepas tu hilang 8 markah.
Siapa tu?
Siapa, kesian jugalah manusia tu. Salah baca kan, sebab handphone dengan tablet ada dekat kan. Salah 8, habis dapat P1. Sebab bentuk je betul. Saya trauma kan. Okay, so 11 students pass additional mathematics and physics only. Additional mathematics ialah Q, physics ialah R. Mana? Sini. So adakah kita ada 11 kat sini? Tentu ke? Tentu. Rifat, tentu Rifat.
Bukan.
Bukan, kenapa bukan?
Sebab dia ada X.
Betul, bagus Rifat.
Betul.
Okay, so Q and R adalah seluruh area dekat sini. The whole of this area ialah 11. Whole of this area. So kalau kita nak cari dekat kecil ni je, this part saja, it actually becomes 11 minus X. Boleh?
Boleh.
Faham kan?
Faham.
So kalau kita tambah 11 minus X plus X, dapat balik 11. So sama je. Okay. Kita akan sambung. 12 student pass mathematics and maths. So at mathematics PQ 12 12. So sini ialah sama, 12 minus X. Sebab the whole area kat sini ialah 12. So dia punya, kalau tengok kat sini just 12 minus X. Okay. Alright, so mathematics, additional mathematics, physics, maths, PQ. Okay. Okay, next. 13. Pass maths and physics. 13 dekat maths and physics. Dekat P dengan R. So 13. So sini lah. 13 minus X. Boleh kan? Allah. Okay. Alright. So, ni 21 students pass mathematics only. Mathematics only. Ialah dekat area sini. So, adakah kita kena buat 21 minus X? Kena ke?
Tidak.
Tidak perlu. Sebab it's 21 students only. Sebab only. So, ialah 21. Okay. 21 pass maths. 17 pass at maths only. 17 pass at maths only. Terlalu real. Dan 17 pass at maths je. Siap. Okay, and 18 students pass physics only. So kat sini adalah 18. 18 students only. Let's go. Okay, so very nice. Next, find the number of students who pass the 3 subject. Number of students who pass the 3 subject ialah X. Dia suruh kita cari the value of X. Okay, dekat soalan cakap for 80 students. Maksudnya kalau kita tambah everything dalam the Venn diagram, kita akan dapat 80. So, tambahlah 12 plus 12 minus X plus X plus 13 minus X plus 18 plus 11 minus X plus 17. Sama dengan 80. Allah. 21 minus X, 18, 11 X, 17 equals 80. Okay, so kita solve lah for X. Solve for X. So, kalau ikut mental calculation aku dapat 6. Betul ke tak? Plus, tambah 13, tambah 18, tambah 11, tambah 13. Baca 12 plus 12. 12. Apa 12? 21 bro. Alamak, apalah. Siapa guru muda 12, 21 yang dibezakan. Masya Allah. 21 plus 12 plus 13 plus 18 plus 11 plus 13. Oh, okay, dekat 92. 92 minus 2x equals 80. Minus 2x equals 12, x equals 6. Yeay, x equals 6. Dapat jawapan. Okay, nice. Alright, so x equals 6. And then, find the number of students who passes only 2 subject. Only 2 subject they pass. So, 2 subject only, meaning dekat sini. Tukar warna. Allah. Tukar warna. Aku sekolah kuning. Sini dengan sini. Sini je yang pass 2 subjects only. So, 12 minus 6 tambah 13 minus 6 tambah 11 minus 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6 dapat 18. So, 18 student je yang pass 2 subject only. Siap je. Okay. Final punya question. The number of students who pass the mathematics. Salah the. So the number of students who passes mathematics. So mathematics ialah macam ni. P. So basically tanya berapa jumlah student dalam P ni kan. Basically lah. So tambah je. 21 plus 12 minus 6 plus 6 plus 13 minus 6. So we get 40. Okay, so setakat ni, again, any questions? Dah cover 3 soalan dah ni. I have 2 more and then I'll pass the mic to Zaki. Okay, so actually dalam soalan ni biasa dalam bahagian B akan macam wajib ada soalan pasal data, pasal mean, standard deviation, graph semua tu kan. Tapi biasa akan kasih graph lah, histogram ke, frekuensi polygon ke, apa lagi, OGIF ke, apa-apa lah. Tapi soalan ni macam best tau. Sebab dia punya graph tu, graph dia, macam dia wajib graph soalan, ada kat soalan nombor 2. Soalan 2, suruh buat graph. Meaning, dia akan macam kurang lah weightage kita kat soalan nombor 14 ni. Sebab dah suruh buat graph lah. Macam best lah soalan ni. So, wow. Happy je buat, tak buat graph yang tadi. Tak buat graph yang susah. Wow. Nice. Alright. Back to our business. Okay, so kasih graph macam histogram ni. And then complete the following frequency table in the answer space. Okay. Alright. Actually kan, Allah, misalnya apa mat? Okay. Actually, dalam kita punya saya kata kat tengah kan, what do these numbers actually represent? Yang bawah ni.
Midpoint?
Antara 2. Yes. Wow, saya cakap tu. Betul. Our numbers yang bawah ni actually represent midpoint. Sebab dia antara dua macam kotak ni kan. Antara sini dengan sini kan. So this actually represents our midpoint. Good job. So, kat sini pun dia kasih dah macam clue yang actually very good clue. Weight dia lah 1, 2, 3. So midpoint ni mesti ada 2. So every one of these points ialah kita punya midpoint. So masuk dia 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. 11, 14, 17. And then cara kita nak cari dia punya class interval ni, kita just pakai logik ke. So 1 to 3, midpoint mesti ada 2. 4 to 6, midpoint mesti ada 5. Lepas tu sambung 7 to 9, midpoint mesti ada 8. And then it just goes on and on and on. So it's just like macam cari pattern je. So pattern ni mestilah 4 to 6. Lepas ni pula 7 to 9. And this one will be 10 to 12. 13 to 15. And then 16 to 18. Satu je. So yeah, it's actually very easy. It's like macam kalau kau nampak kan, kalau aku nampaknya aku happy. Sebab macam 3 marks. Baik soalan ni. Baik sangat. Okay, so dia punya frekuensi. Kita ambil from here lah. So the first dekat midpoint 2, frekuensi dia ialah 20. Midpoint 5 ni, dia punya frekuensi antara 30 dengan 40 kan. 35. Yes sir, 35. Okay, 7 to 9, atau midpoint 8.
60. 60.
Frekuensi dia ialah 6 midpoint 11, 50. One is at 40. Okay, dah settle. Memang tahu. Tak ada. Masih 2, 3. Cool. Okay. Baik. 3 marks. Kan, setuju kan? Senang kan? Okay. My voice is clear, right? Saya boleh dengar kan? Like, what I'm talking.
Boleh.
Alright. Alright. Okay, jom. Kita cari the mean and the standard deviation. Adakah kita kena hafal formula for mean and standard deviation?
Tidak.
Tak perlu. Tapi sebaik-baiknya kita hafal lah. Tak perlu kita bilik-bilik kertas tu kan. Kita boleh save time. So mean is just the sum of fx bahagi dengan f. And then standard deviation is just square root summation of fx over f minus ni mean. Ni ialah mean. Okay, so yeah, formula je. Alright, so for B1, for this is kita anggap as our f, this is our f, and our midpoint is our x. Okay, so yeah, jom buat sama-sama. Okay, so fx kan, sum of fx. So 20 tambah 35, 5 tambah 60, 8 tambah 50 times 11 tambah 30 times 14 tambah 40 times 17, and then garis lurus bahagi kan dia punya frekuensi 20 plus 35 plus 60 plus 50 plus 30 Allah plus 30 plus 40. So tekan calculator someone. Sekejap. Saya aku skema ni. Ni skema aku. Like my iPad sekarang kan, dia punya sensitivity is like so bad. Okay. Boleh. I'm a second. Okay, so I'll just 9787. So kalau tekan calculator nanti dapat 9787.9. Okay, boleh. Boleh kan?
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll just do our formula for frequency. Frequency. So make sure you square your your x. So 20 times 2 square tambah 35 times 5 square tambah 50 times 1 11 tambah 30 times 14 square, 40 times 17 square. Oh, 1 20 plus 35 plus 60 plus 50 plus minus ya Allah 9.9787 9787 square.
Sounds bad, Hyrule.
Habis je?
You sounds bad. Still feeling under the weather.
Ya, a bit je tak apa-apa. Boleh. Okay, so kalau kita tekan calculator kan, kalau kita tekan calculator, kita tekan calculator, nanti dapat kantai 4.5593. Okay, dapat 4.5593. Okay. Sudah, settle soalan ni. I feel like soalan ni pun macam kira free mark juga. Sebab it's just insertion of the formula. Insertion of formula and kena pandai baca histogram kan. Alright. Okay. Final question, number 15 for section A. Section B actually. Mr. Azizul, dia beli insurance rumah dia. Insurance for his house. Insurance company stipulates that the insurable value of the house is 350,000. Okay. Dia pakai perkataan fancy. So I'll simplify it for you. Insurance company cakap value of rumah Encik Azizul ni 350k. 250,000. So, financial policy wants to buy the co-insurance provision to insure 75% of the insurable value of his property at a deductible of RM5,000. Okay, maksudnya dia punya insurable value is macam how much like insurance company akan pay lah. Cakap nak dia. Insurable value of the house is macam the value of the house itself. Berapa banyak house ni worth. And then he wants to buy a co-insurance provision to insure 75% of the insurable value. Maksudnya, dia nak beli satu policy yang insure 75% of the worth of how much his house is worth. Okay? So 75% of how much his house is worth, that's how much he wants to pay for his insurance. Alright, dia tanya, calculate the amount of insurance that Mr. Azizul should buy for his house. Okay, so the amount of insurance biasanya company tu lah yang akan tetapkan. Tapi cara company tu kira adalah how much your house is worth. How much your house is worth, which is 350,000, darab dengan 75%, which is how much dia orang nak macam insure. So, the amount of insurance yang he should buy is 350,000 darab dengan 75%. Okay, senang je. Tapi dia susah actually sebab dia banyak terms. Soalan macam ni and soalan tax. Dua-dua is like really tricky sebab dia banyak terms yang kena fahamkan. Okay. So let's say which section should buy. Lepas tu tiba rumah Mr. Azizul ni terbakar and the total loss is as much as RM200,000. Calculate the amount of insurance that Mr. Azizul has purchased if he has received compensation of RM150,000. Maksudnya, kita tak tahu berapa Mr. Azizul ni beli. So, let that amount, kita katakan amount tu ialah sebagai X. Okay, kita ada tiga macam, what's it called? Tiga situations. The first situation is kalau dia suruh beli berapa yang belian, the insurable value. Contoh dia suruh beli 262,500 and then you buy 262,500 ringgit worth of insurance policy tu. Itu first case. Kalau apa-apa jadi, you only have to pay for the deductible je. Okay, and then kalau dia suruh bayar this amount, contoh this amount kan, 260k ni, dia suruh bayar ni. And then you beli kurang, and then we just have to use the formula lah to see how much compensation you can receive. And then the final case is kalau you receive a total loss. So, kalau total loss, you akan dapat compensation how much you bayar. Contoh lah. Okay, alright. So for this case, we let the amount yang Azizul beli ni as X. So formula dia ialah apa yang kau beli, how much you buy, how much you pay, and then how much they ask. Ni macam aku dah simplify lah. So how much you pay over how much they ask, darab dengan your loss tolak dengan deductible. Dapatlah the amount of compensation tu. Okay, so how much you pay, kita tak tahu. Diorang minta berapa? 262,500 darab dengan your loss. How much is my loss? Okay, loss ni ialah 200,000 kan. And then deductible dia ialah
5,000.
5,000. And lastly compensation dia ialah 150k. 150k. So now we just solve for X lah. We solve for X. So nanti our X kita akan dapat Ya, Elfie dapat 203,437.5. Betul ke jawapan ni? Betul ke tak? Jawapan ni.
Betul.
Tak. Betul. Rifat cakap betul lagi. Rifat, you say betul. Salah Rifat. So ni lah duit. So RM 203.5750 sen.
Oh.
Be careful. Sebab this is duit. So kita kena ada RM depan tu, and kita punya sen tu make sure dalam 2 decimal places sahaja. So this case kalau tukar-tukar ni dapat 0.5 kan. So kita tukar 0.5 is 0. Sebab 50 sen. Okay. Next, calculate insurance penalty applied. Insurance penalty ni bila dia suruh bayar X. Contohnya dia boleh bayar 262,000 kan. Okay, and then you tak bayar 262,000. You pay less. Okay, you pay less. So, di sini ditanya how much yang you yourself kena tanggung the cost. How much cost yang you kena tanggung. Okay, so cara dia senang lah. Dia macam nak pakai formula ni tapi tak habis. So, you pay 200. So, kita basically kita kira je berapa company bayar and then tolak the total loss. So, kita bayar 203,437.50. Dia orang minta 262,500. And then kita darab dengan our total loss of 150k. Okay, dapat. Dalam kes ni, kita perlu ke tolak deductible? Tak payah. Yes, tak payah. Sebab deductible tu kita bayar sendiri. So, dia fall under the co-insurance penalty tu. So, dapat 11627.14. So, apa yang kita bayar is 150,000 minus 11627.14. So, dapat okay. 116.14. Lumayan. Sabar, kita akan double check our answer. Kok? Satu kalkulasi ke? Ya Allah, ini dia punya. Ya Rabbi silap. Ni loss dia lah 200,000 kan. Sorry, silap. Fact demam. Okay, so 200,000. 203,437.5. 262,500. Apa nombor aku cantik mesti. So, terbayar is 45,000. Yay. Okay. Last question. Mr. Azizul has insured his house according to amount in A. So, okay. So, dia belilah berapa banyak yang dia patut beli. If his house is completely burned down, rumah dia total loss, will he receive the compensation amount of 350,000? Give your justification. So, kalau dia dah insure dah berapa yang dia patut beli. Kalau satu rumah yang terbakar, adakah dia akan dapat balik 350,000 tu?
No.
Yes or no? Okay, no. Kenapa?
Deductible.
Deductible satu. And second, dia punya fire insurance policy, dia cover 75% je. 75% of loss yang occur kat rumah dia. So, dia paling maksimum pun dia dapat ialah 75% of his total value of the house. So, kita akan cakap yang no. Because the company insures dia cakap no. Sebab company tu dia cover 75% of the house. So bila you experience a total loss, dia takkan cover the whole loss of the house lah. Dia cover berapa yang dalam kontrak je, which is 75% in this case. Okay. Deductible tu ada juga, tapi macam the main reason is because 75% is only covered by the insurance company. Okay, any questions? This macam part is kind of tough, but yeah, I'm confident you guys can do it. Yay, okay.
Yay.
Yeah, that's just for me. That's all for me. Now I'm going to sambung with bahagian C. Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you, Ariel.
Okay, kita dah tak ada Okay, so jom kita sambung dengan bahagian C.
Thank you.
Boleh nampak
Nampak.
Okay, jom kita sambung. Okay, bahagian C. Okay, bahagian C kita ada dua soalan, tapi kita akan biasa pilih satu lah. Tapi suggestionnya, kalau korang ada masa, buat dua-dua kalau sempat. Tapi kalau tak sempat, buat satu je. Sebab kita nak ada backup untuk takut macam, sebab bahagian C ni dia soalan besar. So macam contoh kita ada satu cuai, and maybe dia akan salah semua, so rugi. So better buat dua-dua lah. Okay, so kita lalu bahagian A, bahagian C soalan 16 dulu. Okay, so soalan 16 ni dia minta buat linear inequalities. Okay, kita baca dulu soalan lah. Okay, SMK Kayangan would like to organize a field trip to Melaka. At most 35 students have to join the trip. Betul, teacher Khairil has opened the entry for those who want to join the trip. As a result, the number of girls who wanted to join the trip is at least twice the number of boys. Okay, betul dia dah bagi kita info tu. Betul dia minta ni, using X to represent the number of girls and Y to number of boys. So maksudnya X to girls and Y to boys. Okay, apa lagi info yang kita ada? Info yang kita ada, kita highlight kan yang dia cakap at most 35 students have to join. Itu satu. And then sentence yang kedua kita boleh guna, the number of girls who wanted to join the trip is at least twice the number of boys. Okay, so apa yang kita boleh buat? Okay, satu yang sentence pertama lah, at most 35 students tu. Okay, kita kena pandai bezakan at most dengan at least. Kalau at most ni maksudnya macam yang paling maksimum dia boleh dapat. So dia punya simbol yang kita akan guna, simbol yang ni. Dia lain kalau dengan at least. Kalau at least maksudnya at least ni macam minimum. So kalau minimum kita guna simbol ni lah. Kita balik je. Ini jangan tertukar. Kena better fahamkan apa maksud dia, baru kita faham simbol dia. Okay, so dia kata at most. So apa yang kita boleh buat, X plus Y at most 35. Okay, itu satu. And then yang kedua pula, the number of girls who wanted to join the trip is at least twice the number of boys. Kadang-kadang orang akan confuse apa nak buat dengan ayat tu. So keyword dia ada kat sini. Dia perkataan is ni. Is ni kita boleh buat macam equal to lah. Tapi sekarang ni dia kata is at least. At least twice. So apa yang saya buat tadi, at least dia kasi simbol dia macam ni. So apa ayat dia cakap? The number of girls who wanted to join the trip is at least twice the number of boys. So dia kata girls to X kan. So kita buat the number of girls. Girls to X kan. Okay, number of girls X. So kalau X tidak betul, kita nak guna simbol apa? Dia kata at least. So kita buat macam ni, at least. And then apa lagi dia bagi? Dia kata number of girls who wanted to join the trip is at least twice the number of boys. Ni twice. So maksudnya boys tu kita buat y kan. So kita akan, dia cakap twice, kita akan buat 2y. Macam ni. Okay. So markah dia 2 markah je. So ayolah. Untuk satu inequality tu dapat 1, ni 1. Okay. Tu untuk A1. Kalau A2 using a scale of 2 cm to 5% on both axes, X and Y. So dua-dua kita buat 2 cm to 5%. Ni saya dah buat dah. Kita ada bagi kosong tapi kena buat sendiri line tu. So saya dah buat awal-awal tu kalau tak sempat. Okay, so isi je. So sini 5, sini 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 dengan 35. Okay. Sama juga dengan Y ni. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25, 30, 35. Sebaik itulah. Okay. Apa yang orang macam okay, ni satu jangan tinggal. Titik O ni. O ni kena ada. Kalau tak salah sebab dia macam graf tu tak complete lah. Okay. So sekarang ni apa yang orang problem, dia macam dia tak tahu macam mana nak buat line tu. Kan ni kita dah ada. Ini mungkin orang boleh faham nak dapat, tapi macam mana kita nak buat line tu. So line dia kita buat macam ni. Apa yang kita dapat X plus Y 30 at most 35 kan. So kita buat equals to 35. Betul, line yang kedua kita akan guna X equals to 2Y. Okay. So bila nak buat line, dia nak senangnya kita buat dia punya X intercept dengan Y intercept. Macam tu je senang. Contoh, kalau X plus Y ni equals to 35 kan, kita buat when X equals to 0, Y dia berapa? Kita buat 0 plus Y plus 35. Ni jalan kiranya tak dapat markah pun. Ni kalau nak fahamkan je. So maksudnya kalau X0, Y 35. So kita mark lah kat sini. So kalau X0, Y 35. Buat X kat sini. Okay. Sama je kalau when Y is 0. So kalau when Y is 0, X plus 0 equals to 35. X equals to 35. Betul, sama je lah. Mark je lah kat sini. Macam tu je. Sama je macam X equals to 2Y ni. Kita substitutekan apa-apa value. And then kita mark kan. Lepas tu kita sambungkan. Okay, so sambungkan dah ni. Okay. Dah. Okay, yang second pula X equals to 2Y. Okay. Bila X0, Y auto 0 kan. So first kita mark tu dulu. Okay, so apa lagi yang kita boleh buat? Ini point dia tak kisah nak mark kat mana-mana. Asalkan dia kat atas line. And then dia contoh kalau kita buat apa-apa value, kita ambil when X 20. When X equals to 20, Y berapa? So X20 equals to 2Y, Y equals to 10. So kita masukkan lah. Kalau X20 kat sini. So Y10 kat sini. Macam tu lah. Okay. Dekat linear equality graph ni, sebenarnya apa yang diperlukan 2 point je. Sebab ada macam ramai orang tak faham. Kalau masukkan apa-apa value and kita cari dia punya X atau Y, dia punya point tu akan sentiasa kat graf. Okay, kita buat kita sambungkan dulu. Sini, sambung kat sini. Okay. Agak macam ni lah. Okay, kita dah buat macam ni kan. Ada orang dia tak ambil tu, macam saya ambil X20 kan. Ada orang dia ambil X10, ada orang dia ambil X30. Jawapan dia akan sama je. Contoh kalau kita ambil X10, Y tu akan 5. Kalau kita ambil X30, Y tu akan 15. Sama je. Dia tak kisah. Yang penting asalkan kita sambung line. And sambung jangan sampai sini je. Dia kena sambung sampai habis. Okay, tu dah settle. Sekarang ni macam mana kita nak mark point tu. Okay, shaded region tu, sorry. Kita nak shade region yang itulah. So, okay, first kita mark lah. Kita labelkan dulu ni line apa. So, X plus Y equals to 35. Yang ni pula x plus y, ax equals to 2y. Okay, so kita nak mark. Satu apa? Satu dia kata x plus y less than or equal to 35. So maksudnya dia ada dekat bahagian sini. Dia ada dekat bawah line tu. Korang faham kan? Kalau less than tu kat bawah, kalau more than tu kat atas. Tu maksud dia. Okay, so kita tahu x plus y ni dia mungkin kat bahagian, dia akan dekat bahagian bawah sini. Tu satu. And then kalau x equals to 2y, dia kata x more than 2y. Okay, ni satu kesilapan orang selalu buat. Bila kita nak tengok region kat mana, kita mesti make sure y tu subject. Betul, memang x dia kata more than or equals to y. So by logic dia ada dekat atas ni kan. Tapi salah. Patutnya dia ada kat bawah. Sebab apa? Kalau apa-apa linear inequalities, buat y jadi subject. Tapi dalam jawapan A1 ni nak buat x macam ni pun boleh juga. Tapi bila kita nak shaded region tu biar y subject. So dia tahu dua-dua tu dekat bawah line. Sebab dia kata x plus y less than 35, 2y less than x. So kita mark kat sini. Mark kat sini. So itu jawapan dia. Okay, so apa yang nak kena relate kat sini? Sekejap apa kesilapan yang orang selalu buat? Okay, first tak banyak tips pun. So just satu y as subject. Apa lagi? Very good. Make sure yang ni lah. Yang ni kena elite. Jangan salah. Sebab kalau tak rugi je markah. Itu je kot. So dia punya pemarkahan dia. Okay, so kalau soalan A 2 markah. Soalan 2 ni A1 2 markah. A2 ni 4 markah. So kat mana dia tanda 4 markah tu? Okay, so satu markah ada dekat line yang x plus y equals to 35. Itu satu. And then x equals to 2y. Tu dapat 2 markah. And korang label x dengan y axis ni. Kalau x axis dengan y axis ni ada and cukup, and then ada point of origin ni, dapat 1 markah. So yang last markah kita ada ni baru 3. So last yang ada kita shade region ni betul ke tak? Kalau kita shade kat bawah betul. Dia kalau orang salah, macam saya buat, macam ada orang buat tadi, dia buat x subject kan, dia akan label kat sini. So akan salah. Dia akan dapat 3 markah je. Sebab dia shade salah. Okay. Okay. Dah settle. So apa yang kena tahu kat sini, ratio nak buat graf tu ada origin, and satu kita tahu macam nak buat point dia, and satu macam nak shape. Okay. Tu dah settle. Ada apa-apa soalan? Ke saya laju sangat? Okay lah.
Okay, Zaki, okay.
Okay. Okay. B. Okay, B ni B 3 B 1 3 dekat. Okay, B ni nak salah untuk ni 4 markah. Okay, so A dia kata ada 5 teachers and 35 students. Lepas tu dia kata total yuran dia 3,000. So teachers tu kena bayar 40. Okay, ni soalan ni sebenarnya straightforward juga. Memang nak kata 3 marks. So okay, so kita tengok dulu. Dia kata dia minta soalan E, state the ratio of the number of students to the number of teachers. Ambil je daripada ayat ni. So kita kata teachers ada 5, students ada 35. So kita buat je lah. So 5, 35. Tapi kalau ratio ni kita buat dalam simplest form lah. So 5, 35 ni boleh bahagikan dengan 5. So kita dapat 1, 7. Dah. So 1 markah dekat sini je. Dalam kira ni tak ada. Yang 1 markah dekat 1 dengan 7. Okay. Yang kedua, find the fee that has to be paid. So kat soalan ni, dia selalunya kalau macam soalan variables dia akan minta dalam matrix atau apa-apa. Tapi ini dia tak cakap apa-apa. So boleh terus je buat kira macam biasa je. Okay, so apa yang ni jawapan dia. First dulu dia tak cakap kalau X tu students atau Y tu teachers. So kita cuba. Ini sebenarnya tak masuk pemarkahan, tapi kita nak buat jalan kira biar kemas. So X represents students, Y represents teachers. Okay. So daripada ayat tu korang buat lah apa ayat yang boleh buat. So dia kata yuran total dia 3,000. So kita buat 35x plus 5y 3,000. Yang satu yang kita dapat dia kata dekat sini, each teacher has to pay 40 more than a student's fee. So kita boleh buat equation y tu kan teachers, dia kata y tu bayar 40 lebih. So y equals to x plus 40. Dah. So dah dapat dua ni, kita masukkan je. Okay. Saya tak nak tunjuk sangat macam ni kita nak kira. Nak tunjuk dekat mana kita nak tick markah dia. Sebab ramai orang dia akan congak terus and then dia tinggal satu je and dah hilang satu markah. And then satu markah tu maybe penting. Maybe kalau kat sekolah kita macam boleh minta cikgu nak markah tu, tapi untuk SPM betul ni kita akan memang akan make sure jalan kira tu complete betul-betul. Okay. Kita buat lah. Saya rasa soalan ni tak ada masalah pun. Cuma nak tunjuk mana dia punya, mana dia akan tick markah. Okay, so kita buat 2 in 1, substitute je. So 35x plus 5x plus 40 equals to 3,000. So kita buka 35x plus 5x plus 5 times 40 200. So equals to 3,000. Okay, so 2,200 tu pindah kanan. Dan kita dapat 40x equals to 2,800. And then x equals to 70. So bila dah dapat x 70, masukkan balik. X 70 into so y equals to 70 plus 40, 110. Okay. Tengoklah kat mana kita nak tengok markah dia. Okay, so markah dia sekejap okay. Markah dia soalan dia ada 4 markah. Okay, so markah dia kat mana? Markah dia kalau kita buat dua-dua equation ni. Kalau dua-dua ada, dia akan tick satu. Okay, tu satu. And then okay, dekat soalan ni dia akan tick markah dekat 40x equals to 2,800. Dia nak tengok jalan kira kita before kita dapat x 70 ni. So okay, maybe kita dah masukkan yang ni, tapi yang ni belum dapat markah lagi. Yang dia nak tengok 40x equals to 2,800. So sebab tu saya cakap memang kalau nak kira, make sure full lah, make sure penuh. Ada orang macam dia tengok ni dah boleh congak terus lah, dia boleh masuk terus calculator dapat x70. Tapi jangan buat macam tu. Kita tunjuk dulu jalan kira yang ni. Sebab ini akan kira markah jalan kira. So itu satu markah. And then last nak tengok y110 lah satu. Okay. Sebab apa saya minta korang labelkan x represent students dengan y teachers ni? Sebab macam saya punya kira ni lain dengan skema. Kalau skema, dia akan buat teachers ni y, students ni x. So, kita nak tunjuk kat pemeriksa yang x tu apa, y tu apa. Tapi sebenarnya boleh je kalau kita nak buat students, kalau macam last ni kita buat students equals to 70, teachers 110. Betul je. Tapi, nak buat macam ni boleh. Ataupun nak buat macam saya boleh, kita dah tunjuk awal-awal. Ni macam gaya dia macam sama macam dalam matrix lah. Sebab mungkin x tu boleh tu, mungkin y tu boleh ni. So sebab tu kita nak tunjuk ke pemeriksa yang apa yang kita kira tu. Okay, settle. Okay, soalan C pula. C ni sama macam Ariel buat tadi. Kita buat distance time graph. So A 1 2 markah, A 2 2 markah juga. Okay. Untuk soalan ni, saya nak cakap apa tips ni, memang kena analyze info dan memang kena fahamkan apa perjalanan dia. Okay, so jadual dia ditunjuk travel information of the bus from the trip. So bus tu dia bergerak daripada SMK Kayangan sampai ke Melaka. Tu je. And then, okay, so kita fahamkan apa dia punya setiap perjalanan tu. So dia kata 7 sampai 8.40 dia bergerak 8, okay, 7 dia bergerak sampai 8.40 ni dia stop at resting area for breakfast after driving 100 km. So dia dah rehat jap 9.25 dia continue the journey for another 150. So perjalanan dia akan bentuk dia macam dia gerak, lepas tu dia rehat jap, lepas tu dia gerak balik. Macam tu je. So daripada situ kita buatlah graf yang dia minta soalan A1 ni. So dia punya yang ni soalan A1 dia tak minta M atau N je. Dia tak minta kita nak kira, tak minta kita nak label pun. Dia just lukis je dulu. So cara nak lukis je, buat je lah line. Sekejap. Isi line dia akan macam ni. Satu dan sampai sini. Okay. And then kalau kat iPad dia pelik sikit. Jadi macam ni lah dia punya bentuk dia. Yeah. Okay. Lebih kurang macam ni lah. Okay, kita dah buat macam ni. Kita buat, jangan lupa juga buat dotted line. Dotted line tu dia akan macam nak tunjuk yang dia dekat point mana. So kat sini. Dia sengit sikit. Tapi macam tu lah kat sini. Yeah. Lebih kurang macam ni. So ni dah dapat lah. So 2 markah. 2 markah tu kat mana? Kalau kita label line ni betul dengan line ni betul. Dah, kita 2 markah. Okay, lepas yang second pula dia minta kira M atau N. So dia minta state je. State kan, dia punya keyword kan, state. So tak ada jalan kira pun benda ni. Sebab memang kita akan jalan kira. Tapi jalan kira tak kira markah. So kita nak dia nak tahu je apa M dengan N tu. Okay, so salah. Distance time graph ni dia kena fahamkan lah. Kena tengok unit dia betul-betul, jangan salah. Okay. So yang ni dia nak tahu M. So 100 sampai nak M ni dia punya straight line dia macam akan straight kan, tak ada gradient. So maksudnya dia akan rehat je. So kita nak tahu berapa lama yang dia rehat. Okay, so macam saya cakap tadi 8.40 dia rehat, 9.25 dia gerak balik. So kalau nak jalan kira, dia basically macam ada orang dia boleh tengok je macam dia boleh congak terus. Tapi okay, saya buat lah 8.40 sampai 9. 8.40 sampai 9, 20 minit. So 9 sampai 9.25, 25 minit. So kita tambah, total dia 45 minit. Okay, jangan cuai juga. 45 minit ni waktu dia rest, bukan waktu dia macam dalam graf ni dia bukan 45. Dia akan 45 minit selepas 100 ni. So maksudnya M ni 100 tambah 45, sebab 45 ni waktu dia rehat, dia akan dapat 145. Okay, itu jawapan M. Untuk jawapan N pula, N ni dia tengok kilometer. So dia kata, so sekarang ni apa yang kita nak tengok, berapa lama dia gerak before dia rehat. Itu je. So tak kira pun, yang ni dia dah terus cakap lah. So, kalau korang tengok kat sini, stop at the resting area for breakfast after driving 100 kilo. So kita letak je. So maksudnya kita dah tahu N tu 100 kilo. Dah settle. Dah dapat 2 markah. Jalan kira tak ada. So kita dapat, sebab dia kata state je. So dapat 2 markah. Soalan ni straightforward. Simple. 4 markah ni sebenarnya rugilah kalau tak dapat. Sebab jalan kira tak panjang. Okay, settle. Dengan kita sambung pula. Kita 10 minit je. 70, dah 17. Okay, kelas 4. Okay. Mrs. Sarima is a nasi lemak seller. Income dia P varies directly with the number of nasi lemak sold. Okay. P, nasi lemak Q, and number of days she sells R. Okay, so soalan ni senang lah sebab dia ada satu je. Dia kata varies directly. Tak ada inversely, tak ada apa. So tak payah nak pening-pening. Okay, so dia kata dia minta express P. So dia ni 2 markah. So P, kalau inverse macam ni lah, K, Q, R. So, sedap. Kalau P, inverse dia QR. So kalau kita nak buat dalam equation, P equals to KQR. Macam tu je. So kita apa kita nak buat, kita masukkan value yang dia bagi. So P ni 525. Kita tengok kat ayat je. 525 350 and 5 days. Okay. So K 350 and early days. So 5. So kita akan dapat K equals to 3/10. 3/10 boleh, nak buat 0.3 pun boleh, sama je. So kita buat equation dia, P equals to 0.3 QR. Dah dapat markah. So markah dia kat mana? Dia nak tengok yang ni je. Yang ni tak payah pun sebenarnya. Tapi better buat lah. Sebab kita nak takut dia akan check, akan ambil tu sebagai markah. So markah dia ada kat sini. Dia nak tengok kita substitutekan value 525, 350 dengan 5. Okay, itu satu. And then markah dia final answer lah, 2 markah. Okay, dah dapat 2 markah. And then 2 ni, calculate Mr. Sarimas income kalau if we sold 800 packets of nasi lemak within 10 days. Masukkan je. Soalan ni pun straightforward juga. So, kita dah ada equation. Tapi, soalan ni dia berantai lah. So, kalau A1 salah, 2 pun akan salah. So, make sure daripada awal tu kita dah betul lah. So, kita masukkan P equals to P equals to 3/10 810. Okay, so kita dapat 2400. Okay, so better kita buat dalam unit lah, jangan tinggal unit. Sebab okay, income. So maksudnya income kita dah auto tahu dalam ringgit. So 2400. Dah dapat jawapan dia. So markah dia sama je macam kat atas dia punya pemarkahan dia. Masukkan satu, dapat final answer satu. Dah, settle. Okay, B. Berapa soalan lagi? Alamak, banyak lagi. BC. D ni saya rasa soalan dia sama macam atas. Tapi saya rasa yang kena pentingkan soalan C ni. D ni sama je. Dia macam sama je. Kita sambungkan, cari M dengan N. Lepas tu yang tambah ni calculate average speed. So saya ketinggalan soalan ni, saya nak tengok soalan C. Okay. Soalan C ni investment. Okay, 5 markah. So banyak. So kita tengok satu-satu. Okay, 2021. Mr. Sarimah obtain a certain amount of profit from his business. Lepas tu dia ada invest kat 2 tempat, X dengan Y. Lepas tu dia kata he sold all his shares and obtain 12,500 and 13,600. So maksudnya kat sini X dia dapat 12,500. Kalau Y pula dia dapat 13,600. Okay. Okay, saya nak kira investment. So saya buat satu-satu lah. Okay. Investment dia punya konsep, kita beli benda tu and then kita jual balik bila harga dia naik. Macam tu je. And then dalam masa kita nak buat investment tu, kita akan ada dividen, akan ada bonus. So jalan kira dia macam ni. Satu, kita akan tengok initial capital dia. Initial capital tu apa maksud dia? Maksud dia macam awal-awal tu berapa banyak yang kita beli. So kita beli kat sini RM1.2 dengan kita beli berapa banyak, 8,000. So RM1.2 dapat darab 8,000, kita akan dapat 9,600. Okay, itu maksudnya kita beli awal-awal 9,600. So lepas tu kita nak kira apa pula? Kita nak kira bonus. Bonus tu dia dah akan bagi percentage. Percentage tu kita akan darab dengan 9,600. Macam tu je. So akan dapat 3.8% times dengan 9,600. Akan dapat 364.80 sen. Okay, tu untuk bonus. Dalam investment apa lagi kita kena kira? Kita kena kira, okay, kita dah kira ni, dah kira bonus. So nak kira dividen pula. So dividen ni dia akan selalunya macam jumlah dividen tu dia takkan berpandukan initial capital tu. So macam kat sini dia bagi twice kan, twice 250 each. So maksudnya apa yang kita kena buat, darab 2 je, itu je. So 250 darab 2. So dapat 500. Okay, dah dapat 3 ni. So macam mana kita nak kira dia punya return of investment dia. So kalau ROI dia punya formula apa untung yang kita dapat over dengan apa yang awal-awal kita invest. Macam tu je. So satu lagi, kita nak kira berapa banyak dia punya capital gain. So okay, so kita buat kat sini lah. Capital gain. Capital gain ni maksudnya kan kita cakap kita beli awal-awal and then harga dah akan naik kan. So kita buat dia kata kita dapat 12,500. So kita buat 12,500 tolak dengan apa yang awal-awal kita invest tu. So maksudnya 9,600. So dapat 2,900. Okay. So dekat mana untung kita? Untung kita kita akan dapat 2,900 500 dengan bonus ni. Ini yang kita dapat sebab kita invest tu. Itu maksud dia. So ROI dia, ROI untuk X ialah tambah semua ni 2,900 tambah dengan 384 80 sen tambah dengan kita punya dividen 500. Okay, so ni untung. Kita nak bahagi dengan apa benda yang kita invest, which is 9,600. And then darab lah 100, kita nak tahu percentage ni. So kita darab, kita akan dapat 39.22%. Okay, dah. So untuk investment sebenarnya kena banyak buat latihan je lah. Banyak buat latihan, dia macam nak kira tax, macam nak kira insurance. Banyak buat latihan dah banyak sangat, dah ingat dah. So sama je macam investment, dia punya corak soalan dia sama je. So sekarang ni dia nak tahu which investment give the higher return of investment. Okay, so untuk soalan Y ni, buat apa benda sama macam saya buat. Memang akan sama je. Tambah kita punya total yang kita dapat untung tu bahagi dengan apa yang kita invest, and then kita dapat 100. Okay, pemarkahan dia takkan macam untuk soalan X kira dapat 4 markah, untuk soalan Y kira dapat 4 markah. Dia akan macam dia akan guna konsep OR. So macam kalau kita ada satu tu dah cukup dah untuk kita dapat 1 markah. Okay, so markah pertama kalau kita kira initial capital 1, kalau kita kira capital gain 1, dan kalau kita kira total dia 1. Total dia kat sini 1 markah. Okay, so markah yang keempat dekat sini percentage dia. Okay, ini baru 4 markah. Tapi soalan dia bagi 5 markah. Okay, untuk soalan ni kena baca soalan betul-betul. Dia tanya memang dia suruh calculation, tapi dia tanya which investment give the higher return of investment. Okay, untuk soalan Y ni, untuk investment Y ni korang kira sendiri lah sebab sama je. Akhir sekali korang kena bagi. Okay, so kalau kita kira, saya dah buat X dapat 39.22 and then Y pula dapat 38.13. Okay, so kita dah kira, dah tahulah X ni akan dapat higher return. So kita kena tulis last tu, dia kena tulis X gives a higher return of investment. Okay, so ayat kita yang last ni, itu baru kita dapat 1 markah. So make sure jangan tinggal lah. Sebab tak habis, sebab tu je kita dah hilang 1 markah dah. So dapat 1 markah kat sini. Kita bagi sebab X gives a higher return of investment, dapat 1 markah. Okay, so 5 markah dia 1 initial capital gain dia dengan ROI. Investment ni macam maybe korang awak faham apa yang saya buat tapi tak ingat. So memang kena banyak buat latihan je untuk investment ni. Mungkin keluar kat bahagian C for example, and then bahagian C ni akan carry banyak markah. So rugilah kalau soalan ni pun kita problem lagi, sebab memang soalan ni sama je, dia tak akan bagi soalan yang bentuk lain-lain. And then jadual ni selalunya dia akan kira bagi macam untuk X saja, dia tak akan bagi untuk Y. Tapi yang ni dia minta kita compare. So memang kita kira kena dua-dua. Okay. Itu saja untuk session mathematics. Yeay. Okay, saya pass balik kepada Airil. Okay, hari pergi toilet kot. Okay.
Okay,
Apa-apa
thank you.
dah.
Okay, so I think that marks the end of our mathematics session. Correct?
Okay, hi.
So, all of you who joined, I hope everyone received something new that they got to, something new that they get to benefit from. This session, I pray that everyone during the SPMs actually aces this exam and gets A+, insyaAllah. Sampai masuk ni, aku doa aku dapat A+ exam this is.
Amin.
Well done all. Thanks Ariel, thanks Zaki.
Thank you too. Okay, so our class ended. So yeah, y'all are dismissed. Thank you guys.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you.
Jangan lupa buat kerja ML.
Thank you,
Kerja
Ariel.
ML for tomorrow.
Rasa.
Keluar lah. Bye guys.
Bye.
Ini gambaran kita suatu hari nanti, setelah sekian lama kita jalani, lewati masa-masa yang berarti. Kini ku sudah yakin pada satu hati yang ku rasa tepat untuk temani, sekarang hingga aku tua nanti. Ingin punya rumah untuk tempat bermesra, kau dipanggil ibu sementara aku ayah, bertukar cerita di ruang keluarga, bercengkrama dan menimang buah hati kita. Sederhana, bahagia, ini lengkap sudah. Sama-sama hingga nanti kita tutup mata. Ingin punya rumah untuk tempat bermesra, kau dipanggil ibu sementara aku ayah, bertukar cerita hingga lelap mata, lalu datang pagi kau memasak, ku bekerja. Sederhana, bahagia, ini lengkap sudah. Sama-sama hingga nanti ajal kita tiba. Semoga saja niat Pejamkanlah mata, padanya kita berserah.
Kau bertanya dengan rasa ragu, seberapa besar cintaku padamu. Akan selalu ku jawab semua keraguanmu, kan ku buktikan semuanya padamu. Tak perlu kau ragu lagi, cukup jalani dan rasakan. Oh, oh, oh my lady, cukup kau di sampingku, sempurnakan langkahku untuk menyusuri waktu.